Welcome to Top 4. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Oh man, we've gone from one of the most amazing weeks as a Chelsea fan ever to one of the worst weeks of a Chelsea fan ever. Two horrible defeats and an FA Cup final loss. I'm ready to get into it, man. I'm ready to speak about it. What are you not saying?
You don't know how many scars I've got on my forearm. Do you know how much adage I've been doing over the weekend? Lovely jubbly. I'm joined by Adrian, a Liverpool fan.
All right, guys, I'm going to do one impromptu, yeah?
Go on.
They crossed it in for Ali. They said he's going to flop. He put it in the bin.
Hey.
In the top.
Yes,
he's the king of Brazil.
King of Brazil.
Pop.
Yes.
You know the song.
The song.
Gonna stop. Come on.
Oh, yes. We love that, John. We love that, John. We love that. And I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan.
Fam, this weekend has been beautiful, yeah? Like, last week, yeah, me and Peter were suffering. And Oscar was grinning teeth, bruv, as we suffered. But this week, bruv, I got to sing to Oscar, let it burn, let it burn, let it burn, bruv. And hold on. At the Top 4 podcast, yeah, we don't discriminate, bruv, yeah? So, Sunday, Melody Laporte, whatever her name is, you're not that girl, bruv! Bruv!
What?
Scoring the own goal in the first minute of a Champions League final. You're not that girl!
Nah, do you know what?
Anyone can get it.
David, the entire Chelsea women's team got absolutely torn apart, yeah? But the own goal, that wasn't our fault. You could have cussed out You could have cussed out 12 other players. You could have cussed out the manager. You could have cussed out anyone. But the one person who was not our fault was the person who had that own goal. Like
first minute, at the biggest stage of them all.
Silly.
The granddaddy of them all. The first minute, it didn't take long. You know, we were sitting there. I barely looked up.
Bro, it was like
there's a ball in the back of the net.
Straight away, bro. Chelsea are just getting packed all weekend. Oh my god.
They got boxed like Barcelona women, yeah. Thank you, bro. You made my night, bro. Oh,
my days.
Let me before we get started, I know there's big news that we're going to discuss, but let me read some comments because the people are out in force. Shout out Boss Like Endo, who says Oscar out. I hear that, bro. That was 8 p.m. on the dot. I didn't even say anything. He said Oscar out, but I appreciate it. He said Boss Like Endo also said PR, your Brendan slander is done. It is done. We will get to it. We will get to it, Peter. But that is the one silver lining of this weekend is that Peter's agenda in the mud. Iklas Elmi said, if we bottle everything, I might leave the country. Bro, book me a flight because I'm joining you. I'm joining you if we lose everything. He also says, big up Oscar being on Lewis's channel. Carefree Lewis G. Rep the pod very well. By the way, that Johnny guy needs locking up. Johnny, man, I love him and I hate him, bro. He's brilliant. But Peter, are we ready to discuss the big news?
I am indeed. Feel free if you like to add some topics. I just send it over into the post. But anyway, yes, let's kick things off with the man that is Harry Kane. He's decided he wants to leave Tottenham Hotspur. He's told Tottenham Hotspur he wants to get going. He wants to pack his bags. Oh, lads, what are your first reaction to hearing that? Because I've literally just found out as we joined in, and bang, he hands in a transfer request. Talk to me, Adrian.
Obviously, I think it's understandable. I don't think a single Spurs fan will begrudge Harry Kane in this situation. Matter of the fact is, world-class striker, peak of his powers. He's got nothing to show for it, and it gets to a point where it's like, you know, do you want to be? He's going to end up like a Letizia in the sense where, you know, respect. where he's a club icon, but that element of that little bit of respect is not going to get put on his name. So I understand it, but I think it might be a bit too late, personally.
David, man, what was your thoughts when you initially heard the news?
Like, fam, it's mad, you know? Like, yeah, bruv, it's a bit too little too late, bruv. How old is he anyway?
It's too late. I want to say he's 28.
Yeah, he's born 93.
Yeah, he's still got time, bro.
Yeah, it's not too late. It's definitely not too late.
It is one more contract, isn't it? He's 29 this July.
It's one more deal. I think it's a very, very pivotal moment in his career. He needs to go now. But I think when he goes to that club, for some reason I don't see him leaving the country. I know you guys were throwing out that you wanted him to go to like Juve or someone like that, but I think the contenders for me, and according to Sky Sports, these are the clubs that have already contacted his representatives: Manchester United, Manchester City, and Chelsea Football Club. I think he goes to Man City and he breaks Alan Shearer's record and he wins a load of titles. I think he goes to Man United, he breaks Alan Shearer's record, potentially wins a title. And I think at Chelsea, he breaks Alan Shearer's record and potentially wins a title. I think it's up to him. He's got a buffet to choose from, and I definitely want him at my club.
He's not coming to Chelsea. He can't do that, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
He can't. No, that's so Campbell, bruv. He can't go to Chelsea, bruv.
I mean, we say that. We had the last laugh, innit?
Well, David, he left Arsenal to go to Tottenham.
Oh, so... no, he didn't. So how can you bring that up? How can you bring that up?
He's Hayland, isn't it? He's Hayland. And he went to Tottenham. So, but no, I understand what Oscar is. I understand what David's saying, that he can't. But he has to listen. The no-brainer is City. If those three have been in contact already, the no-brainer is City, and it doesn't even matter how long Guardiola's there, because if anything, you know what, Guardiola is the kind of manager you might have where even though you've got Kane at your disposal, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to even start him every week. So even when Pep Guardiola leaves, he could still have, the next manager is going to be like, oh my god, I've got Harry Kane, lovely, just going to throw him in there. But wow, for me, do you know what? I'm a bit like. Sorry, Oscar, did you give your part? Sorry, I don't know if you gave your piece on the initial reaction.
Yeah, my reaction is, Marina, get on the bloody phone and bring Harry Kane to Stamford Bridge. Bring him home. Iklas Elmi is in the comments saying the same thing. Chelsea better throw the bank at Harry now. Get Werner, Ziyech, Tammy in the bin and bring in a real striker. In my opinion, I've been saying it for a couple, maybe last season and now. I think Harry Kane's the best striker in the world. I think he is. So bring him.
Oscar, if Chelsea are smart, I'll throw in, I don't know how much P's Tottenham, but I'll throw in Werner and Tammy in the thing, bruv, in the deal, bruv. Swap deal.
No. I want Werner and Kane. I want them both.
Really?
Tammy can go, but I want Werner and Kane. Yeah.
Listen, Werner's not the guy, bruv. I already told you this, bruv.
Actually, you're right.
I've read.
Oscar, do you know what it is, Oscar? Yeah, it's all about what it's like to be a good club in the conversation, and then what separates you from being a championship club. The ruthlessness you have to make decisions that are just like, you know what, it would be nice in an ideal world to have Werner and Kane, but that ain't winning you the league.
Yes,
it's not. It's not. As in, like, in terms of the deal, in terms of, because David's saying you got to give two for the price of one. Like those, I'm not saying that if you have Kane and Werner, you can't win the league. But I'm saying in this conversation that we're having here, it's not worth keeping Werner to not get Kane. You've got to ditch. Yeah,
in that sense, yeah.
Wow, Son Heung-min. I mean, 28 as well.
He ain't got the clout as Kane though. He ain't got it like Kane.
He can still get a better club though.
If Son hands in a transfer request, is he guaranteed to leave this summer?
Yeah. Because Spurs want to get money. Spurs will put like right now. Yeah, Spurs are thinking, okay, cool. Kane wants to go. We know that now, and they're gonna do the Dortmund where look, here is the price. You pay it or you naff off, because he's probably got a big deal anyway, Harry Kane. I bet he's got like a 3 or 4 year deal still to go. So, Tottenham are still in the driving seat to an extent, because it's a case of, look, it's 100 million quid, take it or leave it. Either we get Kane or we get 100 million quid. Tottenham will be laughing either way. I don't know if they will release Kane and Son in the same summer. That would be interesting. But for me, when Mourinho was sacked, I think that was the beginning of the end of Spurs, because now you're not even going to pull that kind of player in. I feel like Kane was still at Spurs for the simple fact that there was still a little carrot to dangle in front of him. But now, now it's just because who are they going to hire first and foremost?
I thought about it, and I was just like, when I saw the news, I was like, right, he's handed in a transfer request. Then I thought about it. I was like, well, of course he's handed in a transfer request. Ryan Mason is their flipping manager. How does he know? He doesn't even know who's coming in next year. Why would he possibly want to stay at Tottenham? And I don't think there's going to be any Tottenham fans that are even mad at him because they're looking at the situation like, we're a mess and you're the best striker in the world, or, you know, one of. So definitely go. Abdi065 oh, go on.
Like, bro, man is 7th all time, blood, in the Premier League, bro.
At 28.
7.
Wow.
At 28, man.
You know? And he got there quick.
Yeah. And you've seen Vardy now live Premier League. Someone put in the comments, bro. Vardy live FA Cup and Premier League.
Footy attenders says Harry Kane saw Vardy win the Premier League, the FA Cup, and he pulled the trigger.
Do you know what?
Vardy was doing this with the trophy. Yeah.
Mate, do you know how spot on that comment is? Do you know how spot on that comment is? The next day, or like the first working day, and my man just sends in the transfer. Because how can Kane look at Vardy winning these things? How can Kane be watching Vardy and he's got nothing to his name? Not like, me and Vardy share the cups. It's like, I've got none. Hey, he's got two.
Pete, and now he's in Champions League, bro, as well, potentially.
And he's in Champions League.
He could be in Champions League. Yeah.
Bro,
it's so funny. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, they were both sitting on the same Leicester bench in the Leicester player final. And you see, obviously, Vardy's trajectory, you've seen Kane's trajectory. You must be sitting there thinking, hang on a minute, I'm better than this guy. I should have his honours. Why don't I?
That's crazy.
He basically forced Vardy out of the England squad because he knew that if I come to the squad and I'm not starting, don't even bother bringing me to any tournament. You know them ones.
Well, maybe we should have kept Vardy in the England team because he's a winner.
Oh, he left though, innit?
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
He's the one that signed out. He said, I ain't here to be second fiddle. What is this? I'd rather spend time with my family.
First things first, shout out to everybody that's in here, locked in. Support. Leave your comments. We'll read them out. Make sure you subscribe if you ain't subscribed already. I'm just going to get some more comments. Boss Like Endo said, what do you mean he can't? Jose said he'd never go Spurs, and look what happened. Loyalty is done in football.
Oh.
Can Kane go to Chelsea? Is it possible?
1,000,000%. Of course he can.
I
don't doubt that at all.
As I said, you put one out and thing there. We're done, bro.
Money talks.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard Dirty Cash from Dizzy Rascal? Just play that first 30 seconds. Just that first 30 seconds. That's all you need to hear. As long as the bag, and this is Mr. Levy at his greatest, as long as the bag is sufficient, here you go. I don't care. He'll send him to Arsenal. If the bag came, he'd send him to Arsenal. He'd send him anywhere.
Dirty Cash by Dizzy Rascal, very underrated song, man. A lot of people
I just like the intro. That's about it.
Yeah, man.
Dizzy Rascal is an. Do you know what? Dizzy Rascal is an awful rapper. Let's just put it out there. He's awful. Especially Boy in the Corner Dizzy. And I grew up on Boy in the Corner Dizzy. I grew up on Boy in the Corner Dizzy.
That's a work of art.
Adrian, I was on the roads on a Saturday morning. You know them ones there. On a Saturday morning.
What I've heard.
You get me? And then I'm now hearing like everybody wants to be famous. Shut up. Get out of here. And then you're trying to come back as well.
Why? Why? Do you know what I mean?
Big man, you moving mad.
I'm not moving mad. You can't tell me that Dizzy Rascal's not an awful rapper. You can't tell me that.
I don't know why we're talking about it. When Dizzy did his pop thing, it was all right. That's the last I want.
What all right? What are you talking about?
Bonkers went off in Ibiza.
I've been on a holiday and listen to that.
What?
Come on. Dizzy Rascal would bang your face if you said that to him, Peter.
I think times Calvin Harris.
I think Peter versus Dizzy Rascal is an even fight. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I wouldn't put my money on Dizzy to back that. Anyway, let's get back to the football. Footy Agenda says Harry Kane was celebrating golden boots before Salah. Salah came and shut up shop. It's peak.
Anyone Champions League? Anyone Premier League?
Yeah. Joke too.
The thing is, it's one of those, isn't it? Like Kane was always damned if he did, damned if he didn't. If he didn't stay at Spurs, he should be decorated in trophies, decorated with honours, right? And at the time, it was a bit like, you know what? I don't know what kept this man still at Spurs. I haven't got a clue. And the thing is, before this, do you remember we spoke on the pod like not long ago about Kane? Maybe he wants to be, Letitia, Shearer of his team and blah, blah. And I thought, you know what, fine, I'll accept that. If that's his vibe, I'll accept that. But when he started talking bad, like, I want to be Champions League, I want to be winning trophies. Brother, You've been sitting at this club for how many years? When have you even known it to pick a trophy in your life? And you want to talk about this? Come on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Lola said Spurs star boys love being Judas. Soul with Arsenal, Kane with Chelsea.
That Soul thing was foul, though.
Bro, Adrian, it was a free transfer.
That's the nastiest thing I've ever seen. I swear he said to Spurs he's going to sign.
Yeah.
He was
dancing. He was dancing. And he was sort of like, you know, yeah, I think I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay. Next thing you know, David Dean just brings him out of the presser.
That meme when they ask him, are you joining Arsenal? And he's like, he's scratching his chin and he's like, yeah, I'm going to stay. Shout out to Phil Campbell, man. Legend.
Man, listen, bro.
And big up Lola because party and holiday. Wait, what's party? Holiday and all that.
Holiday. And tell me.
Party holiday.
No, the song's called Holiday. I don't know what if she's just saying go on a party and play Holiday. That's what I think she meant.
Anyway, look. Anyway, I'm Graham, and you know what I'm saying. Hat low when I show ball.
That's your problem, innit?
I'm Graham, so
Peter's still resentful that Graham died. He's an old guy. It's
not died. Whoa, it's not died.
That's why you don't like Dizzy.
Let's be clear. It's not died. Yeah, it's not died. But
my bad.
I'm just saying when Dizzy was waving the flag for the Mandem, yeah. And then he roll deep like that, and then started doing tunes like "Dreams Come True." Get the step in. Get the heck out of here.
All right.
Stop that. Get that. What? Are you mad?
Should we progress the show?
Let's progress the show. So, guys, let's just everybody vote very quickly. Where is Kane playing football next season?
I've got a funny suspicion Abramovich is gonna pull out the bag, bro.
Woo!
Especially if they lose the Champions League final and Werner has a shocker. Hey, get him out, bro.
Oscar, question. If Chelsea lose the Champions League final, but it guarantees Harry Kane, would you take that?
No, I want the Champions League. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Just asking. What do you mean? Because long-term success. Because with Kane up front, Chelsea will be winning trophies for fun.
No, but
your biggest problem this season has been their biggest problem this season has been putting the ball in the back of the net. That's been their number one.
Now, Peter, hear what you're saying. You're saying you want Oscar to give up a guaranteed Champions League.
No. I'm saying from today. I'm saying from standing right now. What I'm saying, I'm not saying that the Champions League is guaranteed to them right now, but I'm saying if I could guarantee that you will get Harry Kane if you don't lose, because say what David's saying, you know, that could be the trigger for Roman to say, nah, you know what, bun this, never again. I'm going to pull out the bag. If it, you know the way that they talk about, would you rather your team lose in the Europa League so that they've got all the season just to play and then get in the Champions League the next year? It's that same kind of vibe I'm talking about. But in a phone box. Why would I argue in a phone box?
You're just arguing by yourself. The BOP roundtable says Manchester United. He thinks that's where Kane should go.
Shout out to the BOP roundtable.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. Lola O says PSG with his daddy. Well, his daddy needs him. Let's put it that way. His dad needs his son.
His dad needs him still.
His dad might even get evicted before he even makes it home. Who knows?
Where would he fit though? What Mbappe? You got Neymar, Di Maria.
Up top. No.
Up front.
But Mbappe plays up top at PSG.
No, Mbappe can play off the left. They can work it.
First of all, okay. Neymar on the left, it's Mbappe up top, it's Di Maria on the right. You can sacrifice Di Maria, but what I'm saying is, like, what are we going to move Mbappe to the right now to accommodate Kane? Like, it's not simple. It's got to work. It's got to gel.
Lola, wait, allow it, bro. Allow it. She's trying it. Like, she's saying facts. And it's factual, but you don't have to say it.
Yeah,
bro. Having Chelsea's top Premier League goal scorer with 6.
Oscar.
You don't have to say that to me.
Jorginho's got 6.
Jorginho.
Mason Mount's got 6. Zuma's got 5, blood. What are you doing, man?
Okay, guys, don't you worry. We are coming on to Chelsea soon. We are going to discuss Chelsea soon.
Listen,
but, just for now, Harry Kane. Yeah, bring the guy, bro. Of course, bring him.
Where do you see him playing, Oscar? Where do you see him playing?
What do you mean? Where do I see him playing? Up front?
No. What club?
Oh,
back to the question. I'm trying to wrap up the segment.
I see him playing his football at Manchester United.
Ooh, interesting, Adrian.
Personally, I think City. I don't think City will pay the money. I think Chelsea. I think Roman Abramovich, he needs a ruthless, nasty SOB. And like for the whole summer, I've been saying personally, well, Haaland. And if it's not going to be Haaland, Harry Kane will be the next alternative, I guess. Yeah. So, Harry Kane.
Yeah. I need one of them.
Yeah.
Harry or Haaland? Give me one of them.
I do see him playing out of the Premier League. I don't see him staying, and I think he will give Tottenham that. He will say, you know what, look, I'm leaving, and I won't do it directly. I won't, because any one of those teams are an opponent. Obviously, Chelsea's the big rival, but you know, going to Man United, you know, going to Man City, you know, it's not going to go down well. You imagine next season when the fans are back and blah blah blah. Yeah,
do you know? I disagree. I disagree for two reasons. One, I think we would have said that about him handing in the transfer request in the first place. He'd never do it because of club ties. Two, I genuinely think he really, really cares about breaking Alan Shearer's records. So if he's playing abroad, it's impossible. So I think for me, his next move has to be in England.
If it's in England, I think he goes to Man City. But my thoughts are he's going abroad. And I can't figure out what club as such, whether it's the Juve, because Juve may not even be in the Champions League for all we know, right? So it could be the Juve, it could be PSG, it could be like, you know, maybe Bayern, maybe Inter. I don't know. So there's a few pieces that are going to be moving this summer at least. The thing is, he's set the ball rolling now. So let's see who folds. Who's going to be the first one?
He's done it early. He's going to bat up the Euros as if that even mattered. Yeah, he's going to prove to the world that, you know, he deserves that big money move. Footy Agenda says, Mbappe's better in the wing. There's space to run into. Kane would fit well at PSG.
Dripping deep.
Lola says, Kane up top, Mbappe on the wing, Di Maria on the other. Neymar can do what he wants.
That works, yeah. That looks good. That looks good.
That
looks good.
That's literally what it would be. The BOP roundtable has asked a question for the Chelsea fan. I guess that's me. Would you Chelsea fans take Lukaku? Iklas, who's a Chelsea fan, has responded and gone, yeah, I'd take Big Rom. Personally, like, the problem with Big Rom is I wouldn't want to pay like record transfer fee for him. But if it comes, I feel like he would bag at Chelsea. So I definitely wouldn't be mad. Like, I would take him.
You would have him over all the strikers you've got now, though, wouldn't you?
Well, yes. Yeah, beggars can't be choosers. That's pretty much what it is.
No, I don't mean necessarily on their form this year. I'm just saying as a blanket, when you look at them on paper, you take them anyway. Yeah. Because
Romelu Lukaku is better than the potential of all the players we have.
It's a no-brainer. Lukaku is a no-brainer. It's such a shame he went to Man United, because if he had stayed at Chelsea and been Chelsea's main guy, I mean, he would be here for time.
It would have worked.
And you know, by now, could you imagine the amount of goals he would have racked up when you take away those West Brom loan and take away those Everton loan and the Everton transfer? Like, my goodness, right now he would be at his peak.
He could be at Alan Shearer's record.
Yo, bro,
yeah,
you know, Lukaku got 100 goals in the league, 113. He's 20, bro.
Yeah. He's got 100 goals.
Yeah,
I remember when he scored 50 goals when he scored his 50th goal at Everton, and I remember thinking, this is wrong. It was his second season or third season there. I said, this is wrong. How's he got 50 Premier League goals? He plays for Everton. He's playing for Everton, which we'll get onto a bit later on as well. But my goodness. Anyway.
Do we have to talk about him? Are we done with Kane?
Yeah, we're done with Kane. Make sure you stay tuned for where he goes. Can't wait to go back to Anfield on Sunday. If we get top four, the scenes. Liverpool. Should we move on to Liverpool or should we go?
No.
Why would you put the comment up when it's not ready? When it's not ready yet?
I didn't put it up for you to read it. I just put it out there because, you know, you commented by the time we get to Liverpool, it's going to be gone. So
I mean, Oscar's taking out the cake out of the oven. I heard that. He's taking it out early.
By the time we get there, it's gone. But no, we won't start with Liverpool because I need to speak about this horrible weekend.
But we're going to talk about it in a good light first. Leicester City are the FA Cup champions for the first time. Well done to Brendan Rodgers. He's got a trophy in the bag in England. That's what we like to see. It's what we do like to see. Jurgen Tillemans, what a strike at that as well. Delish.
Bang that.
My God. Guys, how did Leicester City beat Chelsea?
The first mistake that Tuchel made was selecting who? Kepa.
He's taking the piss. Why would he select him? Like, especially with Remy's form lately. Sorry, Remy? Mendy's form. Mendy's form. Especially with I should say Oscar's form. It should literally, from the way Mendy's been playing of recent. You know,
I cut my hair. I don't look like Mendy anymore, man.
I mean, you know. All right, but yeah, no. So David, first mistake was Kepa, yeah?
Kepa. Not some guy, bruv.
Schmeichel came through. Well, you seen he had a howler?
Bruv, the guy's always conceding bangers, bruv. Why?
Yeah.
Finals are of margins. They're thin margins. You see the keeper down the other end, just weldies, bruv. Mount should have scored.
Yeah.
Brilliant save.
Yeah.
He heads it onto the who was the other one? Was it Thiago Silva? Was going in.
I think Chilwell had a
Fingertip.
header. Yeah.
Fingertips onto the post. In fine margins.
I can't lie. Like for me, I feel like Kepa's form has preceded him here. Like for me, that was an absolute worldie. Would a better keeper have saved it potentially? But I'm not going to blame Kepa for not pulling off the worldie. Personally,
Adrian, does Tielemans take the shot if Mendy's in goal?
Potentially not. I think Tielemans even said it himself.
This
Well, there you go. Well, there you go.
Kepa has history, but we
No, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bruv.
You
The
can't
guy
leg it
always-
It was a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Lola is saying she can't blame Kepa.
Yeah.
And I
In that
understand
instance,
Well,
I can't.
let me talk on the situation.
Talk to us, Oscar.
Let me talk on the situation. So obviously, you know how it goes. Like you have your main keeper, you have your cup goalkeeper, and he's been playing all the FA Cup games. He played against Man City in a semi-final, was relatively not tested, didn't have anything to do in that game. And then it came to this game, and we all know, as David has said, just bare times, bro. You know when Kepa's in goal, there's a worldie coming. Ask Adrian because his team has scored about 4 worldies against Kepa. Salah, Trent, Naby Keita, Daniel Sturridge. Why can I name 4 players that have scored worldies? Well, one of those players is Naby Keita. Come on. They've all scored worldies.
Respect uncle.
And I don't know. Like it's harsh to blame someone for not being that tall, but if that's your weakness, then that's your weakness. And also, I think there has to be maybe an issue with the way he's setting his feet for these opportunities. Because even Bellerin curled one in against him at Stamford Bridge. Even oh my God, Leandro Trossard earlier in the season. He has form for this, as they.
Do you remember when Martinelli took the ball from the halfway line? You knew it was a goal.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about long shots. You didn't have to dig that in. Why do Arsenal fans have to dig the Martinelli goal every time?
I wasn't going to bring up any goal. He said Bellerin. It triggered me. I said, "Oh yeah, there we go."
We're talking about long shots. He brings up Martinelli.
I mean, you brought up Bellerin's. Bellerin's like
Bellerin was a curler. Bellerin was a curler outside the box.
It was, but it was through a forest of trees. I mean, no one can see it.
Regardless, we know Kepa has form for these kind of situations, right? Outside the box, even Adrian was saying, you think, have a shot, go and have a crack. Have a crack. And guess what? Tillemans had a crack. And we know Tillemans has scored a couple worldies, but bruh, I think 6'6" Edouard Mendy tips that over the bar. That's just what I think. That's what I think.
And the problem
let's go.
Kepa's shorter than me.
Nah, you went with the wrong hand, bruv.
Talk about it.
But goalkeepers have their hands though, innit? You know, like how players have their right foot, left foot, which is their preferred foot. Same for a goalkeeper. Like if I ever tried to
preferred hand, let me know because I don't know.
Well, I don't know, but I remember like obviously being a goalkeeper back in the day, blah blah. I remember watching the Champions League final. Do you remember Man United against Barca at Wembley? And I said there was a moment in the game. Oscar, I don't know if you remember, but there was a moment in the game where I was like, Barcelona started testing Van der Sar's better hand or like feeling out what's his favorite hand, right?
Yeah.
And once they clocked the weak one, all 3 goals went the weak side. So, like for example, my left hand is my weaker side. If you take a shot to the top right corner of the goal, that you're going to beat me 9 times out of 10. If you take it to my right side, I'll save that. But that's what it looks like to me. That David saying, why does he not go with that certain hand? Because I think he's more confident on the other side. So it'll be interesting to see these bangers actually, to see how many of them go right of his goal and how many of them go left of his goal.
Peter, there is a compilation that's circling the rounds on Twitter. I'll send it to you. I'll make sure you see it. In fact, I'll retweet it on the Top 4 podcast Twitter account so that everybody can see.
Listen,
for this, man.
No, I'm not here to defend. I'm not here to defend Kepa as such, but I'm just saying that goalkeepers have a favoured hand as well as football players have a favoured foot. So
Lola's talking about
when he threw it into the net.
No, he didn't throw it in the net.
The free kick hit in.
Yeah,
God.
It hit the bar, hit his face, and went in. So yeah, silly.
I mean, that Ajax game was a disaster. Was it the 5-5 or something like that?
4-4 at Stamford Bridge.
4-4.
One of those iconic Stamford Bridge nights in the Champions League.
But
Toy Agenda said, I've seen too many long distance bangers for this to be coincidental. Kepa is 6'1", Mendy is 6'6". It is what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is at the end of the day. Because for me, like obviously, I've seen Nat Phillips play for Liverpool for about sort of 5 months in a row now. There are things he physically can do, there are things he physically can't do. If a goal happens because of his limitation, if he's tried his best, I'm not going to stand there and blame him. Same way, Kepa, for me, Tuchel made the wrong call. And there's if you want to go there, but then again, if you want to go there, Tuchel made the wrong call because
I think there's been pressure from higher ups. I mean, there was even a league game earlier in the season. I think it was Newcastle at home where Kepa just appeared in the team sheet. And we're like, why on earth is Kepa here? I think they're trying to force him to play him so that we can recoup some of the value back because he was one of the most expensive goalkeepers in world football.
Although in fairness, did he do well in the semi-final as well? Maybe.
As in, did well. As in, he didn't have to make a world-class save. Like he was just there. And I think people forget that, like under Sarri, Kepa kept clean sheets. He had good games. He's not like he is terrible, but he's not like, how can I put it?
He's a pro footballer at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's a goalkeeper. Like he can save shots. He can do things. So when
just for him to play at this level, he's got to have something about him. He'll
keep a clean sheet in an FA Cup, and Chelsea fans go, "Oh, we kept a clean sheet." And I was like, "Bro, he's always been able to keep a clean sheet here and there. He's always been decent. He's just terrible when it comes to certain moments." I want to get to a few comments before I move further on into that conversation. Robinho is in the chat. He said, "Mandem, hope you're good. Sorry I couldn't make it tonight. All I want to say is Kepa got top binned." He said, "I still have confidence in Chelsea finishing top 4 and winning the UCL." He also said, "Kane goes to City, 100 million straight. Bank on it." Based on the comments that are coming in, I want to talk about a certain pattern that is currently going on at Chelsea Football Club. Iklas Elmi, Chelsea fan, very, very upset. He said, "Flipping bunch of bottlers. I hate this team sometimes. Weak mentality. Lost 5 of our last 8 major finals with this team. Spurs in blue. Has a tendency to bottle things. By the way, Jorginho out." Lola O earlier also said that she blames Jorginho. I mean, Jorginho taking a lot of stick here. I don't really know why. There was another comment I'm trying to find. Okay, Boss Like Endo said it. Chelsea are the first team in the 21st century to lose 2 FA Cup finals in a row. Lost 8 out of 11 finals. What a difference a week makes. Tuchel doing Tuchel things. Question for you. Do you think there's a problem with Chelsea's mentality?
I mean, where are these 8 defeats in these finals? What 8 defeats are these?
Okay, so we just lost to Leicester.
I'm being shocked by that. I didn't know anything about that.
Lost to Arsenal, that's 2. We lost the Super Cup to Liverpool last season. That's 3. I guess they're including like community shields and stuff, but I don't really remember the record for community shields. We lost the FA Cup a couple of years prior. I think we lost the Super Cup when we won the Europa League. So there's losses there. There's losses there.
Interesting. Okay, no, interesting because I didn't realize the record was this big. I didn't realize that, and I would never consider Chelsea bottles. I would never consider them in that light. Yeah, okay, you know what? They lost to Leicester City. They shouldn't be losing to Leicester City. But, you know, sometimes it happens. And I'm not too worried about Chelsea and the mentality thing. That doesn't, you know, with Jorginho, I think it's fair to say Jorginho doesn't perfectly fit at Chelsea. And I think it is time to move him on. Not because he's a bad player, but I think the system isn't just, when you've got Kante and him, you need to have one. You know what I mean? I don't think Jorginho is the answer. So,
you know what is there? He's not Fabregas. That's the issue.
He is not Fabregas. But he was Fabregas for Napoli without the assist, let's say. He was Fabregas for Napoli.
The thing I don't like about Jorginho, is that he plays this super, super unique individual specialist role. Correct. And they call him the regista. And when he's the regista, he has to sit deep and be the deepest person. But he's not a DM. So when we lose the ball in transition, he is horrible. He can't defend. He can't protect his back four. But going forward, he's not going to ping through balls and get us assists like a Fabregas would. So he's doing neither. His aim is to just tick us over and help us get further up the field, but it's incremental. And unless you're sorry, unless he is your plan, I just don't think he's a utilizer. Like, he's very one-dimensional in his play, and he is. When Jorginho has I don't know why Jorginho haters come after the FA Cup, because I think he had nothing to do with the FA Cup loss. But when Jorginho is having a bad game, as he did against Arsenal, as he did against West Bromwich Albion, you see it, you notice, and it makes Chelsea horrible because our system goes through him. And
do you know what? I genuinely feel like Jorginho is definitely regretting choosing Chelsea over City. He kind of had to choose Chelsea because he had to go with Sarri, who knows how he plays. But man, the idea that City were really red hot in for him, and since then City have gone on to win I don't know how many trophies since then. And has he won a trophy at Chelsea?
Europa League.
Yeah. He's won Europa League.
The Europa League, yes.
Well, that's it.
So that's about it. Yeah, it's interesting because I don't know. Like with Chelsea, it's a weird one. You know, obviously Leicester City, you got to thank Arsenal, okay? Because we threw in a little dent in midweek. Yeah, just want to get that knowledge out there.
Oh, you support Arsenal?
We were terrible. No, we were terrible anyway. But I didn't say I don't support Arsenal. I just can't be asked to watch football.
Oh.
And even this FA Cup final, I saw the banger on Twitter and I saw the save on Twitter. That was that. That's why I've asked the question: how did Chelsea lose this game? So
I can walk you through the game. Chelsea had no plan of attack. Leicester had a system. They played Vardy and Iheanacho. They tried to go with the two strikers and cause us problems. They didn't cause us problems. They didn't cause us any problems.
Oh, okay.
We're defensively solid as a team. We contained them very, very well. Reece James played as a centre back, so he was covering Vardy. We put him in the right centre back position, a position he's never played at Chelsea, just to monitor Jamie Vardy, and he did that very, very well. Vardy was.
Did Leicester go 4-4-2 or did they match you lot?
So no, they didn't match us. They matched us at the back. Yeah, they matched us at the back. So they had the 3-5.
They've not done that before, have they? They've not done that before, have they?
Not that I know of. But you know, similar. Ernest mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. Like a lot of managers just want to match Tuchel. Zidane did it, Pep did it, and you know the great Brendan did it. So it's a thing. It's a thing that they do. Yeah, but the issue with Chelsea is the attackers, as it always has been. And as I mentioned with Jorginho, his progression of play and Kante, they're not feeding the attackers in the best way. But when the ball gets to the attackers, we started a lineup of Timo Werner, Mason Mount, and the person that Footy Agendas has just commented about, Hakim Ziyech, who he says is a false image, 27 years old, still playing in the Dutch league for a reason.
Wow. That's harsh, man. That's harsh. He's got the technical ability. Again, he needs to find the right. Some of these Chelsea players, though, they are very specific, aren't they? And just as you were talking about Chilwell there, you know, maybe it's the same thing for a Ziyech, maybe it's the same thing for a Werner or a Havertz or whatever. Like whether it's got to be the right style. I mean, Ziyech has come from a very disciplined, you know, playing style at Ajax, and he's having to adapt his game and change. I think Ziyech, anyone that's new, I think the slander is far too early because, except for Werner, of course. But you know, it's a bit early because one of those.
You what? Too early?
As in, they've only been here a year and they're adapting to a completely new thing. Yeah, but what I'm saying is though, like you look at what's his name, Havertz, right? He's come from Bayer Leverkusen. He's not come from Bayern Munich.
That's slightly different, though.
In fairness,
that's what I'm saying about
Havertz.
That's what I'm saying. Sure. So I'm saying like Havertz. I'm saying Ziyech. I'm saying like those players there. They need some time to adapt. They're gonna get there. They will get there. They're good players, man. They're top quality players. They will get there.
Pete, I wish you watched the final. I wish you watched it. You would have seen. Iklas Elmi says Kepa ain't at fault. It's all on Tuchel. Why didn't he start Chilwell and Mendy? Ziyech and Werner are our two most disappointing signings in years. By the way, Morata was better than Werner.
Same thing, bro. Both the same player, bro.
I think it's the same, yeah. I think that both have their good bits, both had their bad bits, and, you know...
Chelsea...
Both mentally weak.
You see Chelsea, yeah? That striker, yeah, has to be a SOB, blood. He don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Leave all the silky stuff to the wingers and the midfield. That number 9, blood. Drogba, Diego Costa, no nonsense. Hassel Bank. Nonsense guy, blood. Physical.
If put it this way, if they could handle jail, you sign them. That's how you look at them. You just look at, can he do it in jail? Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a good parameter, you know.
Diego Costa can hold his own in a prison.
I am being dead ass. Like
that's a very good one.
if they had Lukaku in this time as Chelsea have been growing and moving on and blah blah, he would be the man. He'd be the man. So
do you think Harry Kane would survive in prison?
I think. Do you know what it is? His finishing would. His finishing is so disgusting. No, when I look at Kane, I don't see a hard guy. Don't get twisted. When I look at Kane, I don't see a hard guy. But just go to Everton away this season. Go look at his 2 goals at Everton away this season. Yeah. It was the moment when I just said he's a gunman. He has the gun. He's got no backbone. He's got the gun though. That's what I'd say about Kane. The finishing is unreal. It's unreal.
Pete, in fairness, you did miss a very, very eventful FA Cup final. Lola just left a comment saying, also, Chilwell getting booed, then his goal disallowed after celebrating so hard against his hometown club is jokes.
Of course, Chilwell used to play for Leicester. I didn't even clock that. I didn't clock any of that.
So Chilwell comes on. This is already after we're 1-0 down. Chilwell comes on and he wants to impress. He's providing some real impetus in the game. Every time he gets the ball, he is booed. The entire left side of Wembley booed Ben Chilwell. And I didn't understand why. Like Kante started the game, didn't get booed once. Kante's left Leicester to go and play for Chelsea. No boos at all. Chilwell, for some reason, Leicester fans just don't really like him. So
interesting.
Thiago Silva pings a ball over the top. What was it? 90, maybe 89th minute.
It was 88. It was definitely
88. Chilwell chests it, runs into the box. Schmeichel brings him down. It doesn't matter because Sioncho kicks the ball at his back and it just goes in. And everyone loses it. Like, I lose my mind in the house. I was with Michael. We're going crazy. The flipping, all the players are running around. Reece James is smashing the camera. The Chelsea fans are going crazy. And then they pull it back for offside. When I tell you,
bro,
when I tell you, his bicep was offside, but I'm pretty sure if he didn't tense his bicep, he would have been onside. because he tensed.
Man, what in that pump?
No, it
was ridiculous.
He did a few curls before he came on, and I had that extreme pump. Oh dear!
Was it a boost in the bicep?
Yo, Pete. For agenda's sake, I was all for the offside, For agenda's sake, I was all for it. I was like, but fam, Sionchu should have been punished for his stupidity, bro. The back line had moved up, bruv. What he was doing, bruv, I don't know, bruv.
He was slacking,
pubes. This was pubes again, like Adrian said earlier in the season, bruv. It was just pubic. That's how close it was, bruv.
Oh dear. I mean, you know what? Yeah, like I wouldn't have said. You know, you're saying about gender settings. Like I wouldn't have called Brendan a bottle job had he lost his final. He's playing against Chelsea. You know them way there. It's more bottle on Tuchel because he's Chelsea. He can't be losing to Leicester. You don't lose to Leicester in a final, blood. Like at the end of the day, that is not your portion. You know them ones. But,
and VAR or no VAR, it was Tuchel's fault that we lost this. Like it's on the players, big on the players, of course. But it's on Tuchel as well.
So it wasn't good Leicester or good Brendan, for example. You're saying it was more so bad Chelsea or bad Tuchel, at least.
Let's put it this way. Brendan made the right decisions before the game. Tuchel made the wrong decisions before the game. So I'm giving it to Brendan, but Leicester did not play well.
Even during the game. Werner comes off. Obviously, Werner's pace is electric. Who does he bring on? Big, slow Wes Morgan. So little things like that.
Yeah. Brendan got his spot on. I don't think Leicester played well, but they did what they had to do to win. Once they got their goal, they shut up shop and limited Chelsea. They know we don't know how to break down a low block, so they put all their men behind the ball.
But you see, you know what? Had I watched this game, right? Do you know what? I would have been annoyed at the lineup that Brendan would have gone with because it almost sounds like he feared more Chelsea than he thought about how good his own team is.
I mean,
because again, that matching, but he's like you said, the backside of things, he matched, you guys defensively, and playing three. Okay, maybe because Johnny Evans wasn't fit. I think he's still injured, right?
He started and then got subbed off.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they had Evans. So I'm sort of wondering, you don't play a back five. So why have you done that today?
No, but 2 reasons. A, even though Evans was fit, Evans is basically like took injections to play, so he's only like 80%.
Right.
B, for me, like Brendan, he saw the threat that team possessed, namely some sort of threat in behind, and he said, right, how am I gonna negate this threat whilst giving myself enough? Also, you would have thought that he would have thought that obviously if he played Vardy alone up top, he may have got isolated. Let me play the two up top. So it works both ways. He sort of thought, how can I defend well and attack well as well?
Yeah.
Fair dues.
Lola said Fafana had a Blasic. Footy Agendas says, I can't blame Tuchel. Roman is forcing him to play Kepa and Werner to boost their transfer value. Any other manager starts Mendy, Giroud / Tammy. I completely disagree with that.
I disagree with that. That's...
Mendy, yes, maybe, but Werner, he's choosing to play Werner. That's his guy. He wants to play Werner. How can you tell me that it's for financial reasons that you want to play Werner when Havertz costs more than him, is on the bench? Pulisic costs more than him, is on the bench. Doesn't make any sense. He chose Werner because he wanted to play Werner.
You know what actually grinds my gears is when you're at a final and managers are not playing their best 11. Do you know how much that pisses me off?
I agree.
Do you know how angry that makes me? Because at the end of the day, there's a reason why Tuchel will trust Mendy in a Premier League fixture over Kepa. Yeah, it's not even a discussion to be had. But I get that Kepa's got you through to this final. Yeah, he's part of the team that got you there. But let's call a spade a spade. When it's on the line, we say Judgment Day. We call it Armageddon. We've given it words. On Judgment Day, I'm not taking Kepa. What is this?
Did you know he used to love that though? And Pellegrini, he used to love playing Caballero in the cup final.
Oh, honestly, I don't get it.
But to be fair, if you win, it's a cute story, isn't it?
He's good for a penalty save.
On that, blood. I remember when we played Fabianski against Hull in the cup final. What are you doing? And he cost us one of the goals. I was like, what are you doing? I don't give a damn he got us there. You play Szczesny because he's your number one.
Yeah, and it's unfair. It's unfair because your league goalkeeper doesn't get the Wembley day out.
And all he gets is, well done for getting me fourth.
Yeah, so they get to play at Stoke and read the what did I say? They get to play in the horrible games and try in the league.
Oscar.
Right, Boss Like Endo is talking about Tuchel again. Sorry, Pete. He said, I've always questioned Tuchel from the time we beat his Dortmund side after them having 3 away goals with an average squad. Okay.
I think we're too quick on Tuchel. We're too quick on Tuchel. Tuchel, look, here's the question I will ask, though, because it's worthy of note, yeah? If Tuchel doesn't win the Champions League final and Chelsea finish outside the top 4, is his job under pressure? That's the question I'll ask. Is he under pressure?
Yes.
Wow.
Should he be? No, maybe not.
Oh, he definitely shouldn't be. That's not even a question.
No.
But the fact that he probably will be is amazing.
Well, what would you have said would have been the target for Tuchel when he was appointed? You would have said what? Get us top 4. Obviously, Lamps is cocking that up, and then what? And then what? Potentially go for a cup, maybe? I don't know.
I think it's for me. It's how the season has panned out, because I think he went on a stupendous run, which goes to show that you know what, it had to be almost perfect to get in the top 4 this season, right? Whereas with Chelsea, I think they've had maybe 1, if not 2 defeats since Tuchel came in the league, and Chelsea are sitting 4th, right? So it's one of those where you're just sort of sitting there thinking, hang on a minute, let's look at it. I know Lampard put Chelsea in a bit of a mess, but the task to get into the top 4 was a lot harder than people gave it credit for.
Give it credit for, yeah.
It's definitely a lot harder. We've had a lot of draws, though. We've had a lot of draws that go unnoticed. We drew with Wolves, drew with Southampton, drew with Brighton at home, drew with Leeds. Like,
I understand.
I think the task was a very, very difficult task, but the problem is the way it happened. Tuchel showed us that he could do the task, and then now things are slowly coming back. And I think one thing that would have salvaged all of this is the FA Cup was very, very winnable. It was in our hands. Yeah. If we won the FA Cup and messed up top 4 and messed up, no one can you can't be mad at someone for losing the Champions League final to Pep Guardiola and City. You can't be mad at someone for that. But
it's unacceptable to lose the FA Cup to Chelsea.
They're within your grasp. You should be doing that. And now he's made it so that he has to do the unthinkable, which is go and have an amazing Champions League game and win the whole trophy.
But I take it top 4 is still in your hands, isn't it? You win your 2 games, you're done.
We have to beat Leicester. That's what we've got to do tomorrow. But the problem is Leicester, a draw favours them. So if they draw, they're happy. If they win, obviously they're happy. So yeah. Iklas has said we're doing exactly what we did last season. I'll be so angry if Liverpool finish above us. This happened last year with Manchester United, where we bottled it 3rd place. If we lose everything, I want him out. Yeah.
Wow. He wants him out.
I'm not ready to call for Tuchel's head.
I mean, there's not a player he's bought. You know the ones. He's having to deal with what he's been given and look at what he's made out of it. Now, don't get it twisted. Before a ball was kicked this season, you would have said, look, I expect Chelsea to get the top 4, right? I think everybody would agree. But the fact that what the products we were getting from October, whenever the season started, September to December, the product was not what it was, yeah? And then Tuchel's come in and has actually made it look like, oh, this is what we were supposed to be having all along. You know the one. So I think it's a bit mad to want him out. If Chelsea don't succeed in any of their final few games.
So tomorrow is huge. Tomorrow is so huge. Is it
Leicester tomorrow?
It's Leicester tomorrow. 8:15 Chelsea versus Leicester. If we do not win that game, I'm going to be very, very, very furious. Lola O is asking me to talk about Chelsea women. We touched on it briefly in the beginning. Chelsea got absolutely battered by Barcelona in the Women's Champions League final. I genuinely think they went 4-0 up in about 30 minutes. Then it went to halftime. I genuinely think somebody from Chelsea's camp went to the Barcelona camp and said, respect.
Yeah.
Respect for Italia.
That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
And they came out in the second half and said, we're not going to embarrass them and score 20 goals. We're just going to leave it.
Bro, and the thing is, Oscar had asked me, like, what do you think? Who would win this game? I said, definitely Chelsea, because in the league and stuff like that, in England, Chelsea women are a phenomenal team. They're a brilliant side. Teams like Man City,
Barcelona.
I mean, well, this is the thing. Barcelona to me was like they just popped up out of nowhere. The women's team I never heard a great deal about for years. But then, maybe the last 2 or 3 seasons I've heard of them. In the same way I've heard of Barcelona's basketball team. You know them ones. I've heard of them in such distance. So when I saw them, and I don't know if, the football, I mean, was it the 3rd goal, Lola? The football. My God. I
think it was. I don't know if it was the 4th or the 3rd, but yes, scintillating.
It was freaking triangles. It was like it was Johan Cruyff
and to be fair, like Chelsea won the league. Like this Chelsea women's team, you're talking Harder is the most expensive, like highest paid footballer I think in women's football.
She's top.
We just signed her after winning the Champions League last year with I think Lyon. Then you've got Sam Kerr, you've got Frank Kirby. These are sensational players. Like they do the thing. Kerr has scored like 20 goals.
Put it this way, like Man City women, Arsenal women, good sides. Chelsea have won the league twice now in a row, so they've got to have some metal about them. But they turned up, and you would have never believed, because people on Twitter were going mental.
The discrepancy between the two sides was mental. Barcelona were light years ahead of Chelsea.
But I think Chelsea, it was an off day. I think for Chelsea, it was just an off day because that's not Chelsea. That's not the Chelsea I've seen in the WSL. Oscar, quick question.
Yes.
Brendan Rodgers, he's been linked with the move to Spurs. Okay. If you want to get in the bottle question, we can let's discuss Brendan, because obviously my agenda on Mr. Brendan Rodgers.
You discuss Brendan, Peter.
What do you want me to say?
You discussed how Brendan Rodgers took his side. That you, by your own admission, couldn't really be in the top 4. They're currently sitting 3rd in the Premier League, and they've got themselves a trophy. The first time in their history they've won the FA Cup. This is an amazing achievement.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I'm not going to come here and be like, what's it called? What do you want me to say? I'm going to congratulate the guy on his FA Cup win. And if he makes the top 4, what a season it has been. Fantastic. My opinion on Brendan Rodgers will not change. Let's be very clear. It doesn't change. Not now.
Question.
Yeah.
From where we were
after
he left Celtic, since joining Leicester, has your opinion of Brendan Rodgers changed?
No, because I think I genuinely think like he's a good manager. But that's it. I always say to you, he's good, and I leave it there. And what I mean by good is, he was in a title race with Liverpool. He has done his thing with Celtic. He's now at Leicester, and he has developed. I mean, look, they came from Claude Puel, where they finished 10th, I think, one year, and I think he finished 7th or whatever else like that, right? And then he's now literally like, yes, he's building, but it doesn't mean I'm going to put him in the You know what I'm saying? In the
No,
tier
stop
2.
doing that. Stop doing that because you're.
It's
you're
what I say every single time.
No, Peter, you were very disrespectful when it came to Brendan, man.
What? Because he's not. Because I don't call him above good. I'm disrespectful
Stop
to
doing
him.
that. No, because you're making it seem like other people are putting him in a class, and you're like, oh, he's not in the class with those Mourinho's and those great managers there. No one's saying that. He deserves credit for what he's done at Leicester City. He did an amazing job last year and fell off at the final hurdle. But
Who doesn't give him credit for that?
All in all, it was an amazing job. And this season, he's done an amazing job. And if he doesn't bottle top 4,
Oscar,
you're going to have to start talking about him differently.
Oscar, no, I don't do it because he makes the top 4 once with Leicester City. Excuse me. When the guy has a series of bottling, yeah, because that's been my case.
Okay, talk to me through the series.
Through the series. When we spoke about him at Swansea, top manager, and he had a good reputation with Chelsea's academy, right? And he was a good manager then. He'd done good with Swansea, without a shadow of a doubt. Good manager at Swansea. You know, like Eddie Howe's done a good job at Bournemouth, like Roberto Martinez done a good job at Wigan and at Everton. He's in that conversation.
Got relegated. Not a good job.
Oscar, come on, he survived 5 years in the Premier League. What's the matter with you? He won the FA Cup. He won it before Brendan, okay? He won the FA Cup. Oscar, allow it.
Brendan won the League Cup. What are you saying?
Exactly. No, he didn't.
That was Michael.
That was Loudro. Pull back.
I tried it.
But what I'm saying is, look, Brendan has done good things and he's achieved good things at these various clubs. My thing about Brendan Rodgers, I always call him, is the bottle job because he's got good form for it. Yeah, that's not me being disrespectful to him.
Asked you to talk us through the series. I interrupted you. My bad.
Okay, sorry. So he left Swansea and he went to Liverpool, right? And he got Liverpool within a sniff of winning the league title. He should have won the league title with Liverpool for where he was. That's what you call. That's where. Let me finish. Go on. He was literally sailing at the top of the league, and he should have won the league title with Liverpool that year. You wouldn't have expected it at the beginning of the season. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he had a bad season with Liverpool. I'm not saying he was terrible for Liverpool. The fact remains, he bottled it in that league. Nobody can tell me different. You can copy and paste it with the Leicester City season last season. Leicester should have been home and dry in the Champions League. Again, before the season starts, you don't expect Leicester to be in the Champions League. But the fact that he was there, and the fact that he fell out of the Champions League, he's bottled it. His defeat against Slavia Prague. Did you watch Slavia Prague? Have you seen them? Terrible, awful side. His Celtic run, I will congratulate him. He's done fantastic stuff at Celtic. But guess what? So has Steven Gerrard. It's Celtic. It's the Scottish Premier League. With no disrespect to them, that I'm not going to bring that as his weight to pull over here because it's not worth it, right? Lampard could go up there and pull trees, okay? So when he's at Leicester City, he bottled the job like he did, if not far worse than what he did at Liverpool when he lost the league at Liverpool, yeah? And here we are now. He's won the FA Cup. He might get into the top 4. We were here sitting. We were all sort of clenching the other day when it was like, oh my God, could Leicester actually go out of this top 4? Which they still could. But if he makes it, fantastic. He's done a fantastic job. It will not change my perception just yet because he's done it one time when I've got 3 situations to show that he's bottled it.
Can I make a rebuttal?
Go for it, mate.
We say Brendan bottled the league in 13-14. Let's add context to it. First of all, that Liverpool team wasn't good enough to win a league title. We had a world-class striker, Luis Suarez. We had an excellent striker in Sturridge. Obviously, we had a couple of decent pieces. They took us over that line. We want to say bottle. Let's look at it factually. I think we won, was it 8, 9, 10, 11 games in a row from January up until that Chelsea game, where our best player, our captain, essentially slips and we don't, and we failed to win the league against a better side than Man City that season. I mean, is that really bottling? Why would you call that a bottle job?
Let me go to your points earlier you just made there. Liverpool didn't have didn't look like a team that should win the league, right? Yeah. Like I said, before the ball was kicked, he shouldn't have. But he was at the top of the league and he was there for a good while. And obviously, it was Man City had, I think, 2 games in hand, which eventually then took them over the line, right? But it's one thing to lose at home to Chelsea, when all you needed was a draw. And then you went to Istanbul the following week it was, right? You beat Man City in that season. And in the same vein, Brendan Rodgers' side shouldn't be a top 4 side, right? That's exactly why I said I can copy and paste. Because in both situations, before a ball is kicked, nobody expects those teams to be doing what they were doing. And they've done very, very well. What happens is, though, Liverpool had 2 games to go. Imagine right now where we are right now. Obviously, Man City's lead is, redonkulous. But as in, losing a league at this stage, it takes bottle to get over the line. And when you don't get over the line, there's no bottle.
But my point is... Yeah, go on.
No, you go.
I was going to say that, but if a man takes a team over their expectations and then falls short, Is that bottling? Like realistically, last season, and again for me, last season he has way more of a leg to stand on because that Leicester team was riddled, was saddled with injuries.
No, Peter,
they were second. It was second before lockdown.
I heard that.
It was second. We're talking about a team that finished fifth. I'm not talking about a team that finished fourth. You know the way there.
Okay,
we're talking about a team that finished fifth. And even now, I'm looking at them and I'm like, you're joking me. Because I think they're 3 points in the top four, right? They could still get caught by Liverpool. How are Liverpool in this conversation? I'm seeing Liverpool in fifth, points behind Chelsea, points behind Leicester. We were on this podcast. I don't know who Leicester lost to recently, but we were on this podcast saying,
United.
How on earth is it? Yeah, Newcastle. Yeah. How on earth has it come to this? Because surely you don't do it 2 years in a row. You know the ones like okay. I will give you this, Adrian. Right? It was hard luck that he lost that league title with Liverpool, but the fact still remains he had to just win 2 games. If he wins the 2 games, or was it draw at home to Chelsea and beat Palace? That's all he had to do. He beat City the week before. But the hardest game. He beat the hardest game.
Not to make excuses.
That same season, Chelsea had Mourinho with a better side than Liverpool's. We beat City. We beat Liverpool.
How much better was it?
How much better than Liverpool's?
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Hold on.
It wasn't better than Liverpool's. Okay, go on.
We beat City, we beat Liverpool, and we lost the league because we couldn't beat Norwich at home, and we lost to Sunderland at home. So no one ever is going to look at that season and be like, Mourinho's a bottle job, even though if he won those 2 games, he would have won the league. So the
fact, if Man City had to win all their games in hand, didn't they? And it was only Liverpool who had it in their hands, really and truly. Only Liverpool had it in their hands. But that's why I go with the bottle. It's not that they lost it by 1 point or 2 points or whatever else. They beat City, and I think they beat Norwich. I think that's when we go again. We go again. Norwich City. They done the hard part, and then it was Chelsea at home. Get a draw. You're nice. Go to Crystal Palace. You were 3-0 up. No, wait, hold on. I forgot the context. They were 3-0 up. Trying to chase the game.
But you have to remember.
I know they're trying to chase the game. They're trying to get the goal deficit. It wasn't 7 goals. I get that. They conceded 3.
I heard that.
But at the end of the day, it's a draw at Palace. It's
when they were 3-0 up at half time.
I heard that.
Come on. That's a good Oscar, you want to talk about bottle in 90 minutes? It's when you go 3-0 up and you don't leave with 3 points.
Yeah,
at Palace.
That's Scotland.
At friggin' Palace, not at the Emirates, not at Old Trafford, nowhere like that. They went to Old Trafford and I think they gave United 3, and they gave Arsenal 5. They gave Liverpool City 4. They gave teams beatings.
That was a good time to be alive, man.
It was a good time to be alive. Sturridge and Suarez was on crack, on the highest dope.
Sturridge, Suarez, Gerrard. He had like a 16-year-old Raheem Sterling. He had Joe Allen. He had a poor Jordan Henderson at that time. Oh, no, Hendo wasn't there, was he?
Yeah,
Hendo was there. Yeah,
it was his second season.
Like, I'm
no, actually, it was there for a while. Actually,
I was gonna say it was a good couple of years there.
Yeah, a couple of years still.
Like, look at the team he had.
Oscar, it's like I say about Leicester City's squad. You look at Leicester City's squad. How is Liverpool behind it? How is Tottenham behind it?
Leicester
and stuff like that. Right?
Better than that Liverpool squad.
But what I'm saying is, Leicester squad was second in the league when we resumed football, and it left. And then again this year, we're looking at signs where, you know what, if Brendan-Vic is at the top 4 at the start of a season, no one's calling him anything. My point is, he's got the bottle.
Yeah, look at Boss Like's flipping comment, bro.
And Mingale and goal.
With the back. Where is John Flanagan? Where is John Flanagan?
Last time I checked, he was at Rangers.
Yeah.
Ali Sissoko.
It's because, listen, guys, you can throw all the names you want. It should have never been anywhere near it. But guess what? It was above all of them.
Boss like Endo.
Bro, thank you, Endo.
Have some contests. We had to win 11 games in a row from January to the end of April.
Just to be there.
We had games in hand. We were never in pole position.
I mean, they were. By the time we came to the Chelsea game, they were. With 3 games to go, they were. But what my point is, anyway, it's like Tuchel. We were discussing Tuchel earlier. People are talking about bottle with Tuchel. It's the same thing. Tuchel has gone on an amazing run where you're like, what? 18 games, I think he went unbeaten or whatever it was, right? Yeah. And now he may be falling at the final hurdles, yeah? So my argument here, though, is Brendan, of course, has done a great job with these clubs. I'm not disputing that. Never disputed that. I call him a bottle job, and I call him a good manager and nothing above. That's not disrespect to Brendan Rodgers.
I feel like whenever Brendan comes up, the first things come out of your mouth is negative, and it needs to change.
I like.
It's true,
guys.
Everybody has their weaknesses. Every manager has.
I started off by saying
negative.
I started today's pod with congratulating the guy. I started with congratulating the guy. I've even said he's done a fantastic job. And he's having a fantastic season.
Hey, David,
I don't deny.
David, you can attest to this, yeah? Leicester are third in the league. They've won a lot of games this season. Whenever they lose, what does Peter say on this podcast? Brendan, I promise you.
Oscar, but I tell you what. Oscar, wait. Hold on. Let me check how many wins Leicester City have got this season, right? Because I want to ask you this question. Bro. He's got 20 wins. I haven't heard any fans talking about Brendan's wins. So don't wait for me to turn up and all of a sudden be a fan. Because I don't. The thing is, the reason why we even talk about Brendan is because you lot like the agenda is nice. It's funny to talk about, and when they lose, it's something to talk about. But when they're beating West Brom, nobody brings up Leicester. No one ever comes out and says, "Oh, let's talk about Leicester," because no one gives a toss.
Yeah, but
right then. Don't say, Oscar, don't come right now. Oscar,
Chelsea, they're beating Arsenal.
Oscar, but you come at me like, "Oh yeah, you're
whatever the top six actually.
Whatever Leicester lose, I'm here to talk." Hang on a minute. We set the agenda. We set the programs for the day. We set the what the running order is going to be. I don't hear anybody talking about Leicester when they've beaten, Southampton, when they've beaten Norwich, or when they beat whoever it is they're playing.
Me and Adrian clearly rate Brendan Rodgers, and it's always felt like you don't.
I don't rate him that highly. What am I speaking French? I don't rate him. Shout out to Brendan. What I'm saying is, I don't rate him highly. I don't rate him highly. There's a difference.
Brandon heard the Brendan slander, and he came in.
Bang, straight in. Oh, is he Leicester?
Let me chime in. Boxer Endo said Brendan's beating every team in the top six. He also says, Peter, just swallow your pride, G. Take your L. Brendan won the cup and he's in third.
Okay, talk to me, guys. What's the L I need to swallow? Tell me.
Well, I believe it was last week where you said, what's he done in football? All he's done is won the SPL. Well,
yeah. Okay. Great. Brilliant point by Adrian.
Look at the phrasing of that.
Brilliant. Yeah, because he hadn't though, had he? Until Saturday, thank you very much, Chelsea. Until Saturday, he hadn't done anything in football. He has now done something in football. He's won an FA Cup. Fantastic. So has Mikel Arteta. I'm not talking about him in the same line. No, wait. I'm just saying. No, guys, don't look.
One of the worst.
You see, I'm saying something, and then when I say a fact, it's like, no, how can you do that? No, what I'm trying to say is, look, you can win an FA Cup, yeah, and I can say, you know what, well done, you've done a good job because Martinez has done it. Arteta's done it. So too is my man. Was it Avram Grant's done it? These are managers who have won titles. When Brendan didn't win the FA Cup, he had won nothing in football. He's now won an FA Cup. Good. Let's see where it goes from here. He's still a bottle job. His consistency's here. Consistency's there.
When we talk about good managers in the league, there's a large chunk of teams. Only 4 teams can win something in a season. Yeah, and Man City are going to win 2 of them because there's the Premier League, League Cup. Those are the cups. Yeah, you can only win 4. You only get 4 bites of the cherry. Man City are taking 2 already.
I mean, 5. You get Europa League 5.
Yeah, but you can't get Europa League and Champions League unless you're Man United. But what I'm saying is,
there's 5 trophies that English teams can win in a year, or so. Also, okay, I get your point. Go on. I get your point.
4. That's my point.
4. Go for it.
So, I've lost my flipping point. But yeah, like you can't use that stick to beat him with, like he hasn't won anything. When there are plenty of good managers that we've seen throughout time that never got to the level where they won trophies, but we respect them and we treat them as good managers. And
Oscar, so can I rebuttal to that? This is my argument with you guys, right? Is that now it's a stick I'm beating him with. My point is I'm not beating him with any stick. My point is I'm saying it as it is, and it's being taken in a way that, you know what, nah, you're being deep on him. No. Let's go to the CV and let's read it. Let's look at the results and the wins. Let's look at the trophies. At the end of the day, what I'm saying, it sounds sharp, and I get that. But the fact that you even said I use it as a stick to beat him with, I'm not beating him. What I'm saying to you is, don't invite him into the party. I'm saying he doesn't get an invite.
No,
That's what
no
I'm saying.
ever invited him to any party.
No, when we're talking about him in the higher esteem.
His invite. It's like
when he's like right now, right? Say for example, Pep Guardiola leaves. Should Brendan Rodgers be in the running for that Man City job?
That's what.
No.
Exactly. My point exactly.
No,
my point exactly.
No, but
point exactly. If you're sitting there, thinking about it,
hold on. Should he be in the running for the Arsenal job?
Hell no.
No. Now we've lost.
Listen, guys.
Now we've lost the car.
Listen. Should he be in the running for the Chelsea or Man United job then?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, this is what I mean. You lot are taking him here. He's not there. He is here.
It's hard. He should definitely be in the running for Arsenal.
No, he's tier 2, isn't it? No, he's tier 2, isn't it? Obviously, if Pep and Klopp are tier 1, like Brendan are excellent managers, world-class managers, whatever. Brendan Rodgers is very, very good. Yeah.
Let me make a comment. Yeah, he is worthy to be manager of Arsenal.
Of course.
Are you joking, David?
Because hold on, bruv. Our standards have slipped, bruv.
Thank you.
That's set by the fans. No. But the fan doesn't have to accept it. No. The fan doesn't have to accept
I hear that. But this is where we are at, bro.
But you see, okay.
We're at.
Oh no.
Tell me something. Hang on. Tell me something. Yeah. Higher in terms of in tier 2, you're saying, right? Unai Emery, Brendan Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I don't put Brendan even in tier 2, because in tier 2 there are some managers there that are serial winners. But they're not good enough to manage Arsenal. So if Unai is not good enough, how the hell is Brendan?
I've got a great question. PR, Brendan or Poch?
Oh, if the choice is just those two,
yeah.
Well, I can think, no?
Guess what? I don't even know.
Yeah, they're both the same human being. The way I think about and feel about Poch is the same way I feel about Brendan. What I say about Brendan is like he bottles. Poch hasn't really bottled, has he? But they're both the same brother. That is the same guy.
P.
And both of those are below Unai Emery. Both of them.
Pete,
yes.
My only issue is with your thing, is the tier 1 guys are not going to look at Arsenal saying we can win, man.
Thank you.
Listen, the truth of the matter is this: Arsenal don't look for the tier 1 guys. That's the problem. And so everybody now turns around and says, "Well, here's our level." When Wenger was forced out of the club, you cannot tell me that there was not tier 1 managers looking at the Arsenal job, because even now you got to remember, I get it. You know what? Form kind of dictates how people feel about a certain club, whether they're big or not. But guys, if we peel away from things, right? Arsenal's still one of the biggest clubs in England, third, fourth at best in England. Big job. So it's not like you could. It's like when Klopp went to Liverpool. When Klopp went to Liverpool, this is a guy who won 2 leagues in Germany. Now you can say it's Germany. He beat Bayern twice. If Liverpool can pull out Jurgen Klopp, who was highly regarded when he was recruited by Liverpool, I'm sorry, you don't have to sit here and start looking at Mikel and Brendan and all these DB man here. We shouldn't be doing that.
Well, bro,
Spurs went for Mourinho. Spurs went for Mourinho, David.
Brother, my brother. we're gonna have to get our Brendan before we get a Klopp, bruv.
Bun that. No way.
Bro, it's not gonna happen. Tier 1 is not coming anytime soon, bro.
Oscar, take GK's comment out. Allegri, are out of a job. They're out of a job.
Allegri's not coming, bro.
Sorry, couldn't come. Huh? Sorry, Benitez couldn't come. We're talking about people who have either won the league, they've won European trophies. We're talking about this is serious conversation. Don't give me the dibby. Don't give me the dibby.
Bro,
it's not a serious conversation.
This is our club at the moment, bro.
You know, in this country, this is why people like Sam Allardyce and these men get jobs constantly, because this is what we're up against. People like I'm seeing Lampard was linked to the Crystal Palace job. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
are you freaking kidding me? Pochettino, guys, I don't think we've deeped it. Pochettino got the PSG job. Do you know how much on crack that is? Do you know how much crack that is?
No, but we have to look at it. No, but we have to look at it ultimately What is football management? What is football governance? Let's look at Leicester City, right? It's a beautiful project. You know, and also what I don't think we've necessarily touched on the actual cup final itself from a Leicester perspective, and you know the facts that you know the owner was on the pitch, they're calling him to lift the trophy. That's indicative of Leicester City at the moment, wherein they've got a top owner. They've built a multi-million-pound training facility, and guess what? They've got a manager who's able to coach this exciting group of players, and all of a sudden, Leicester are in the top 6 2 seasons in a row. Nobody's batting an eyelid. Our thing is, well, surely they should get 4th this season. Leicester City, and obviously they won the Premier League. But I feel like when we look at coaching, it's not just... And guess what? He's won a trophy as well. So I feel like, look at this because what's the expectation at Leicester? He's not going to win the league there.
You know, I don't ever think though that.
But he's improved that team. He's taken them to.
I never think like he shouldn't have a job at Leicester. I never think that he's doing a bad job at Leicester. Like, you know them ones. That's you know the Leicester and the Tottenham and whatever else. That's the level right now, and he's operating well enough in that level. He is still a bottle job because he's done it 3 out of the 4 times. Okay, yes, one of them he's got it right, and he's doing well right now. FA Cup, and if he loses top 4, I will still call him a bottle job because he should have really been in the top 4. Everyone agrees that he should have been. That's where I call him a bottle when it comes to the
when you call him a bottle. Are you calling that season like a failure? Are you saying he failed, or is it just?
No, I'm saying he bottled.
Fair enough.
You know, Leicester City played Europa League football this season. You know the way there.
GK said I don't rate Poch.
Exactly, people do
as highly either. He's pretty much on your side. He said I get Peter's point. I'm kind of in agreement, to be honest. Footy Agenda says I rate Peter's take. He's got high standards for his team. And then Abdi got that comment wrong about Sarri.
I have high standards, but the owners of this football club don't, bruv.
Yeah,
what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, bruv? I can't change it.
Yeah, that's the thing. At the end of the day, like, we are football fans. We support our clubs, and we think, you know, we want our clubs to be playing at their peak. You know them ones, and to be at their peak. You know what I'm saying? That's how did Brenda beat Pete's girl.
Bro, man won the FA Cup on Saturday, and we're poo-pooing man's name.
No,
the thing is, this is Peter's point. This is Peter's point.
I started well.
He's not. He hasn't poo-pooed.
So how did we get here? How did we get to this conversation?
Because Oscar was like, no, let's get to it. Let's talk about Brendan Rodgers.
I'm like,
Oscar started it.
Whenever Leicester lose,
do you know what? I never had a bad word to say on this podcast about Brendan. Because obviously I knew. Listen, it comes with the territory. If you're gonna slag him off, then at least when he's doing something, you've got to come again. And I get, I'm for it. I'm for it.
Every time Leicester lose, you're like, see, I told you, Brendan.
Listen, and today I'm saying, well done, fantastic, well done to Leicester City, well done to Brendan Rodgers, well done, well done for what they've done this season. But you know what I'm saying? He's done one good job there. In terms of he's done one great achievement in terms of winning the FA Cup. But I'll be knocking on his door as soon as we can see the slide. Because the truth is, guys, none of you think it's out of the norm for him to mess up again, whether it's this season or next season.
Yeah.
You know the ones. What do I think of Valverde or Enrique? Luis Enrique, I like. I'm a big fan of Luis Enrique. Valverde is weird because he was very good at Bilbao, went to Barcelona. It weren't quite, you know what I'm saying? It weren't quite the source. So Valverde, I got to give it time. I don't know what my thoughts are on him, to be fair, GK. And Luis Enrique, he was one of the first names when Wenger left Arsenal that I said, get him in. Treble in the Champions League, and what he's done. I think under Spain management, I don't think he's lost a game in competitive football. So he's brilliant. He's brilliant.
Okay, so Brendan's got one more hurdle before he's called a bottle job. Tomorrow night, Chelsea versus Leicester for the top 4. Speaking of the top 4, Adrian.
That was a nice segue there.
Alisson. Where were you, Adrian? What were you doing in the 94th minute when Alisson cushion header?
Brother, I was upside down. The sofa, the cushions were all over the gaff. But the water spilled all over me. I was in pandemonium. I couldn't. I screamed. I genuinely screamed.
I bet you did.
I screamed because, bro, like you couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up.
Oh my days, pandemonium. I mean, you were looking at the brink. I came back to the crib and Oscar looked distraught because he was a bit like, I cannot believe this is happening. Because it was, to me,
I couldn't believe it.
He couldn't fathom.
Couldn't believe what I saw because
You know,
go on.
Sorry, go on.
So let me just talk you through my day a little bit, innit? I was so fed up from losing the FA Cup final. Yeah, I was furious. Yeah, I went to church. I got prayed up. I got my mind right. I came home not even planning on watching Liverpool. I said, these guys are beating West Brom. Why would I watch this? This is ridiculous. Then I was on Twitter Spaces with a few people. Shout out to the Twitter Spaces gang. And they were talking about the game. So I said, let me just throw this game on. I'm watching it. I'm seeing West Brom miss chance after chance after chance. And I'm like, nah. Then, obviously, they go 1-0 up. Liverpool equalise, but it's tight. The game is tight. I'm like, yes, it's hanging in the balance. Then they score, and it's ruled out for offside. Not because the player who scored was offside, but because an offside player was stood in front of Alisson and obstructed the view. So I'm fuming because I'm like, this should have been a goal. Like, clearer judgment. Like, well, after the game, I look back, I'm like, no, it probably shouldn't have been a goal. It was fair to rule it out. But, you know, the emotions ran high. Like, when they went 2-1 up, I celebrated like it was real.
Yeah.
And then the game continues on. 91st minute, Thiago's taking shots from 30 yards. It's doing nothing. Shaqiri's playing horrible ball. I don't know what you thought about that, Adrian, but when he came on, it was just like...
Well, and he kicks off to the sides.
Yeah, it was just a bit...
Little man, sit down.
Last roll of the dice, Klopp brings on Genie. I said, this game is done. This is like 89th minute. Why are you bringing on Genie 89th minute? What's that doing for you?
Fresh legs.
I'm thinking this game is done. This game is done. West Brom are holding on. And this is the key point, yeah? Set pieces were coming in throughout the entire game. And West Brom dominated Liverpool in the air. Dominated. Every header getting cleared. What? Bartley, have that. Who else is tall? Some other brother, have that. Sam Johnston in control. They were bossing everything. So last minute, literally, it was 4 minutes added on. We're at 93.50. Yeah, corner for Liverpool. I'm thinking they've dominated every set piece. This is calm, no issue. Then I see Alisson going up. I'm saying, another man is thrown into the mix. Trent puts that ball on Alisson's head, and Liverpool win. I could not believe what I was seeing.
It looks so deliberate, man. Like that, the plan was to put it on Alisson's head. Like man's been doing this in training.
Phillips almost messed it up, you know.
Yeah.
Why? What did he do?
Yeah.
No, he was right there, innit? Like if he touches it, yeah, I don't think Alisson's heads it.
But you know what? Yeah, listen, guys. No one should be marking a goalkeeper. I saw some of the stick after the game, and some of the analysis. I sat there and said, look, I get it.
I don't know,
there's more man in the box, yeah, than obviously for the opposition side, right? For the attacking side, there's more man. I get that. But man, let's not sit here. Because if Firmino heads it in, right, knocks it in, and he's unmarked because someone was covering Alisson, you'd be asking yourself some serious questions. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I don't want to call it lucky because the goal was so taken well. It's not even luck anymore. It was.
Can I be honest with you? Many forwards would have flopped that.
100%.
I put it after the game. Alisson's a better header than Tammy. How? How?
It was precise.
I can't believe it. Boss that Ender says, what a win. I celebrated the Alisson goal more than I did Origi's UCL final goal. He literally saved our season. We've been so crap that I haven't realised we've won 6 of our last 8 games. I hear that, man. I hear that.
Celebrating more than the Champions League goals, whether it's the Barca one or the final. I'm curious.
You know what it is? If it's the semi-final, I'm shocked. If it's the final, I'm not that shocked because Liverpool were 1-0 up, comfy, cruising. They were going to win the game anyway.
That second goal, man.
Origi just made sure. Origi just made sure.
That second goal it's when you knew the trophy, your hands are on the trophy. That second goal is when you know, and there is pandemonium, mate. Bedlam.
It was more relief than anything.
Yeah. True. Even for me.
As GK is saying, it was absolute scenes.
Bro, body parts everywhere. Limbs.
Scenes. Could you imagine if there was an away end? Bruv, the limbs.
Bro, limbs, yeah? Like, because Alisson's in the crowd. He's getting booked after that. He's in there. He is right in the crowd.
I don't even think he makes it there. Because as soon as the ball leaves his head, he's surrounded by like 5 red shirts.
Yeah. Oh my God. And and the interview, of course, post-match, shouting out his dad and whatever else. And and the fact that other clubs had reached out to him and what a year he's had. And what a career he's had. Because when you go back to like his Roma days, this guy was sitting bench behind Szczesny at Roma, and then you know what I'm saying, and then he's part of one of the many saviors at Liverpool since Klopp has come and since he's come into the side. What a frigging career so far, you know, and it's still more to come.
What a player. I want to ask questions to the people watching. If you're new, obviously subscribe, like the video, please. It helps us out. And comment, please. Who do you think is making top 4? Because this race is crazy. It's Liverpool, it's Leicester, it's Chelsea. Only 2 can make it. Or rather, who's missing top 4? Who's missing out? That's the question.
Do you know what?
That's that question.
To answer that question and to get the ball rolling on that, of the 3, the one I see the most missing out is Leicester City, personally, because of the games Liverpool have and the fact that Leicester have to go to Chelsea and win, or maybe draw.
They don't have to win.
Maybe draw, but
they just have to not lose.
But if they draw, does it confirm Champions League qualification?
They have to draw and then win their last game.
Which is
their last
Tottenham.
game is who? Against Tottenham.
Against Tottenham, yeah.
Nah,
So,
Leicester are not making it, bro. And that's purely because of the fixtures they got. Forget the agenda. I'm just saying purely on these fixtures that Liverpool have got, Chelsea have got, Leicester have got. You're asking a lot to get 6 points. Or 4.
Lola says top 4 depends on tomorrow. Chelsea L means Liverpool get 4th. Iklas says, guys, not gonna lie, this looks like it's written in the stars for Liverpool. Stuff like that don't happen for no reason. They will get top 4, and Chelsea will drop out. Unfortunately, Iklas wants his Tuchel agenda to run, so he kind of wants Chelsea to drop out. I don't know if that's some.
Is that what it is? Yeah, is that what it is?
Do you
know what? No, go on, let's go.
Boss Endo said Leicester will get a point tomorrow. Chelsea are bottling. Tottenham, Chelsea out.
Interesting.
According to GK, Douglas has come in and he's said what we're all thinking. This Peter agenda has this agenda.
Douglas,
Peter
bro. Oh my God. Douglas, I can't wait to meet you, bro. We will sit down and discuss. Yeah, we'll sit down and discuss.
We all Pete the agenda. Just like let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. But yeah, if Leicester, Pete, by the way, if Leicester do get top 4, you know we're back having this conversation again, right, Peter?
And I'll say fantastic, well done to Brendan Rodgers.
But Peter, what does this guy have to do? Does he have to part the Red Sea, like for you to rate him?
No, bro, guys, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I'm saying, not to go here again. I'm just saying, right? He is, just like we, consistency is what shows truly who the person is and what they are. Consistently,
can I ask you one question? One question.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Okay.
Do you rate Brendan Rodgers?
Somewhat.
He can't bring himself to say it.
But Oscar, if I say I rate him, does it mean like, are you taking it in the context like I would take tier 2 managers or tier 3?
You're bringing these tiers in. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, he's tier 3. He's tier 3.
Oh, come on. Tier 3.
But I just mentioned what tier 2 looks like, Adrian, and he can't mix with them. I just mentioned tier 2.
No, he can't mix. He just hasn't won the stuff that they've won. It's
okay, exactly, but the proof's in the pudding, as they say. You know the ones. That's what I'm saying. Tier 2 is hilarious.
Listen, yeah. Okay, let's take out Liverpool. To get a club like Leicester into competing with the big 6,
bro,
consistently, and it's not even just one season. He's done it consistently. It's like, let's say, then 2 is not much of a thing.
It's 2,
but for 2 years, I have to put you. I have to put you 2 tiers. Tier 2, but you ain't got the titles.
And if
bear in mind, this is his second full season, isn't it?
Think about it. You put Emery in that tier, and look at what happened when Emery took over Arsenal, and compared to when Brendan took over Leicester. You would say Brendan did a better job. So
the thing is,
he can mix with those guys. It's not like you have to say he's better than Emery, but he can mix with those guys for sure.
That's what we're saying, guys.
Emery wasn't good enough for Arsenal. How can I turn around and say Brendan is? That's crazy to me.
Listen,
okay.
And the thing is, we dropped from tier 1. This was like, last few seasons weren't that great, but we're going from tier 1 to tier 2. It's like, nah, bruv, what's this?
I mean, you look at our squad, lads. Yeah, you look at our team. If you get a good tier manager in there, we're back in the conversation. It's this idea that it's going to take 3-4 years to do nonsense.
Now your team's not as bad as Arteta made it seem.
Neither.
It's still pretty bad though.
It's a bad side, but so is Spurs' side, and so and Chelsea's got its holes. Liverpool has its holes.
Peter,
like everybody's there. You know what I mean?
Peter, our team is shocking, bro.
Yes, it is shocking.
I'm sorry. There's no it's bad. It's bad.
I just find it astonishing. You can have a forward line of Pepe, Lacazette, Aubameyang, and it sits in 9th. That's hilarious. That's hilarious, bro. I know there's nothing else. I know there's nothing else to pull from. But
GK is an Arsenal fan. Said Emery wasn't good enough. Didn't want him from day one. He also says different quality in players that Arsenal had to the Liverpool team. I don't know.
Maybe to that Liverpool team of whether it's the Brendan thing or whether it's the Klopp thing. Thing is, when he did sign for Arsenal, I did say Arsenal went cheap with Emery. They went down the cheap route, didn't they? Because they didn't want to go heavy. And if it's Allegri and look at it though. I'm pulling my hair out when I'm watching Ancelotti go into the Everton bench and Mikel goes into the Arsenal bench the same time. What is going on there? Ancelotti went to Everton.
And look, bro,
tier 1 manager. He could have been here. He could have been here.
Look at Man United. Yeah, they went from tier 1, and look how many tiers of tier 2s they've had to go through, bro.
Bro, Moyes was tier 3. Moyes was tier 3, and Ollie's tier 3. You know them was. Those are tier 3 managers. Van Gaal tier 2, Mourinho tier 1, and they cannot sniff the Premier League title because next season, Man United fans, I don't know where you're at. Next season, you'll be nowhere near the top, the title. You'll be nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. This because if you Oscar, it's not bold. When you look at the fact, look at their last 2 defeats as well. Okay, I know one of the games was at Leicester. They had a completely makeshift side. But guys, where is the bottle of Manchester United? Where is the mentality? Yeah. Where is this side that is going to actually take them? They're not going to be serious next year.
They've got nothing to play for this year. You're talking about mentality.
But they should have given. They should have. Listen, I think Man United. When you look at how now we can see their vulnerabilities, right? We can see Man United's weaknesses. They're getting beaten by Liverpool 4-2 is hilarious. Liverpool of this year 4-2 at your yard. It's hilarious. Next season, when teams hopefully try to.
Douglas told you relax. You said that last year, and I'm sure you did.
And he's spot on. He's spot on. You're damn right I did. Yeah, and I'm wrong on that one, right? For this season, he is second. But again, it does not tell the full story because we're looking at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in second, and everybody's asking how. Everyone's asking how. But we're talking about Leicester, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool having a piss up for top 4. What the heck? Where are we? What year is it? What country am I in? We can't be talking about this. 2 games to go, and someone could finish 6th out of that lot or 5th. So next year we'll see. Let's see how a preseason comes, and then if we start again in August, lovely.
Abdi's put out his Man United winning the league team, and he's added
the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's wrong.
He's added Varane in there. He's added Ndidi. He's still got James.
Bro,
he's still persisting with James.
Bro, why have you got Fred? Fred is absolute trash, bro. I saw, when my eyes were opened, yeah, I saw what Ernest saw. Take Fred out. You're not winning jackal, blood. Get Fred out of here, blood.
Frederick, when they signed him, I sat there like, no, first of all, De Gea it was puzzling. De Gea, I don't know if you'll get with Varane, but even if you do, De Gea, Fred, James, that does not win the league titles. I'm sorry, you can't have them men in your ilk because we're talking. They're going to be getting some game time. Those men in your name in there, no chance. No chance. With Man City squad, with Liverpool, you think Liverpool are going to just sit there and just accept how the season happened? You think Chelsea are just going to sit here and lie? And then Kane says, "I want to leave leave Spurs." So someone's going to be taking him on. That's the team quality.
We'll go back to Arsenal, but whilst we're talking about United, I just thought I'll put this up. Abdi, who's a United fan, said, "Mandem, can we talk about how poor United and Chelsea's home form is? Top 6 is both have 0 wins. Is that part of your thinking, Peter, when you're talking about Man United being nowhere near next season?"
No, the truth is, Oscar, the blind can see. Man United, even though they've done good this season. We know full well. Listen, nobody, and no Man United, I don't think, is fooled. No Man United fan is fooled. Yeah, they know this is not going to be the side that's going to be challenging Pep's Man City. We know this. You know the ones. What we're getting this season though is ironically Chelsea and Liverpool messing around. You know them ones. This year they pissed about and they're playing catch up at the end. Next season, I'll be amazed if we get the same thing. I'll be amazed.
Okay, that's fair.
Top 4 side, but yeah.
I stopped saying this top 20 midfield is rubbish. Abdi, I like your comments, but bro, he said our record with him is very, very good.
Consistency with Fred.
He's solid, especially when we're on the counter. No. Pretty Agenda says Brazilian named Fred? Question mark.
Spot on. Any of them Brazilians with English names?
GK said Fred has become United's most reliable DM, and he's still not good enough.
That tells you the story, isn't it? If he's your most reliable, that tells you the story.
I'm sorry, bro.
Tells you the story.
Even Roy Keane knows, bruv. He said Scott McTominay in the bin, bruv.
Listen, if you're serious, blood, you've got to go and be serious. Like, let's stop. When if you turn up to school with a pencil and no pen, you know the ones in college. That's what you're doing with Fred. I'm turning up to. I can still get writing done, but I've turned up with a pencil. You know the ones, like, be serious, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Lola is correct. You know, Arsenal team is probably sixth. You know, sixth best squad probably in the league. But you know, probably. I say probably. It's a fight. It's not 30 for sure. It's not 30. But yeah, you know the ones. Yeah, look at these names. You know what I'm saying? At least Man City's one is Fernandinho. At least they made it Brazilian. Fred, I'm not having it. Willian, get in the bin. All of these lot.
Yeah. Shall we move on? What?
Cool. Let me see what there is left.
Sorry, unless Adrian, did you have anything more on that Liverpool game?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think ultimately it's a unique situation for top four. All three teams still have it in their hands as we're talking. I think for us, you know, this season has been an absolute disaster. Some semblance, it's been an absolute nightmare. Top four. But here's the thing: I don't care about how we play. We just need to win. We just need to put numbers on the board. And
out of 10, Adrian, what do you think of Liverpool getting in the top four? Out of 10, what are your chances?
I genuinely could have picked easier fixtures. Probably, obviously, Sheffield United being one of them. So,
Burnley, Everton, by the way. So,
well, that's Everton for you.
You
know my thoughts on Everton. For me, it has to be a 9. I'm so sorry. Like, if I tell you you've got 2 games to win to make the top 3, if I say you've got 3 games in a row, right? A West Brom that's already been relegated. Now, Sam Allardyce, by the way, he had them man defending for their lives out there.
For real,
bro. I'm like, this man truly is wicked. Nothing to play for. I'm seeing Bartley having the game of his life, but that's beside the point, right? You've got Burnley that just got worked 4-0 by, was it Leeds? They're on holiday.
4 away.
You've got Crystal Palace, who have been in perennial limbo. Clearly, Roy needs to go. A team that we worked 7-0 earlier in the season. If we can't get 9 points from those 3 fixtures, Oscar, Brendan, have top 4 because we don't deserve it.
Wait, so your last 3 fixtures are all away?
No, Palace is at home. Bro, Palace at home in front of 2,000 fans at the Cop End. Come on.
2?
Or however many thousands?
Okay, I thought it was like 10.
How many fans allowed back in? 10?
I don't know.
10 is 10.
So the games are going to be popping next week.
Well, this week, even from this week.
Yeah, no, I meant tomorrow. But yeah, wow, yes. Crazy.
So Peter, to answer your question, 9.
Like, the home team should win. Like, every home team has to win.
No, but come on, like what?
10,000 fans.
Yeah.
No, but I think it depends on your stadium.
If Chelsea lose in front of 10,000 fans,
in that Bournemouth capacity.
Wow.
That's a full house at Bournemouth.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close to be fair.
Boss, like, imagine scenes a 90th winner at Anfield last day to get us top 4.
Oh no, I don't want it.
How the mighty?
Can I be honest with you? The fact we were in that position in the first place is an absolute disgrace. But needs must. Because how we're chasing the game, they potentially could have scored 90th minute to a relegated team. We're relying on our goalkeeper to bail us out. Really and truly, it's a farce. Really and truly, it's a farce. But you know what? Needs must.
Hey, so have Chelsea got fans tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, calm.
I tried to get a ticket, couldn't.
Oh no!
Douglas says J. Cole basketball debut in Rwanda.
Wait, what does that mean?
You man that watch basketball. Yeah, fill me in, bro.
First of all, does he mean Joe Cole? Does he mean J. Cole the rapper?
J. Cole.
He's playing basketball in Rwanda. What pro league?
Yeah.
What's going on?
All I'm saying is, it was his dream, innit? It was his dream to play basketball, innit?
David, stop. It was his dream to play basketball.
Yeah.
And he said, so I'm gonna go make my debut in Rwanda.
No,
Yeah.
like you know. Hey, hold on. Let me explain it, bro. Hold on. Let me explain, bro. Before he started the rapping thing, man was on this basketball thing. But because that didn't work out, he was messing about. And then he said his friends told him, "I get serious with this music thing." So he did, and we get J. Cole. Now he's thinking about retirement and that. Man released an album. He said, let me go play basketball. So, you know.
I'm dead.
To be fair, it's always been his theme. Like, I know, Pete, you're not a big J. Cole fan, but throughout his like mixtape career, he's always spoke about. He had an album called Friday Night Lights. He has an album called The Come Up. Oh no, his first album was Sideline Story, right? His first album.
It's a Sideline Story. Yeah,
Sideline Story. So it's like the
favorite album
of being on the sidelines and trying to, get up off the side. That's my favorite song. My favorite J. Cole song is Sideline Story. But yeah, he's always had the basketball thing, and now he's gone to play for a team in Rwanda. And according to Footy Agendas, he had a debut and he put up 3 points. Might be as good.
3 points. Wait, that's bad, no?
No. He only played 15 minutes, so he came on. He was a sixth man. He came on.
Okay. But, bro, I can't lie. That is the most random funny story I've heard all week.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so but the album slaps though. The album slaps. Go check it out.
Oscar, lastly on West Brom, 2 things. Wilder to West Brom is the next talk, and also what next for Big Sam? Does he stay? Does he go? Thoughts? Just brief.
I couldn't care less about it. I hope he retired. I couldn't care. Like, I can't stand him. He makes me sick. I'm sick of him.
Who's Big Sam?
Yeah, man.
He makes you sick. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know why he took the job. He's never been relegated in his career. He's going to a shambolic side.
Do you know what? I thought West Brom was the best ones out of the lot that came up. I thought they were going to be the one that played the best football. Obviously, Leeds. Sorry, what am I talking about? Totally wrong. But the West Brom team, it had some nice players. It's got nice players.
Like Pereira.
You got Pereira. You got Conor Gallagher.
Ian Garner. Conor Gallagher's like he's a worker. He's not like a nice player. He's you know the ones. Kieran Gibbs.
No, I was repulsed. I was repulsed when he got promoted, and they've managed to be even worse than what I predicted.
Because I heard they were very good in the Championship with Bilic. I heard they were very good with Bilic.
Yeah, they were. The Bilic came and started playing 5 at the back in the Prem. So
let's move on because I'm sure no one tuned in here to hear us talk about West Brom. But
but give them a bench.
No, hey, they deserve a mensch, but I'm sick and tired of.
You got fans all around the world, Oscar.
No, all around the world. I just said they deserve a mensch. I'm saying I'm sick and tired of Big Sam. Ever since I found out he drinks pints of red wine, I'm done with the guy.
Well, what do you mean? That's not healthy.
No. Bro, he drinks red wine by the pint.
No, it can't be.
No facts.
No.
Even when he got caught in that England scandal, there was the largest glass of red wine I've ever seen.
He must be steaming piss. A pint.
Fam. Go drink that in the Championship, bruv. Get out of here.
Get out of it. Boss that Endo says, "Oh yeah, guys, can you talk about my boy Bobby's performance against United? 2 goals at OT. You man love to criticize him when he flops, praise him when he does well. Big game player. No.
Yeah.
Boss, like man, I like
big game. Listen, he did. You know, 2 goals at OT is always worth a mention. It's always worth a praise.
Yeah, pick him up for that.
Big game player.
Big game.
Well, yeah. I only know him to score goals against Arsenal. I don't know any other Big 6 team.
Speaking of Arsenal, Bobby Firmino has less goals than Lacazette and Aubameyang.
What is Firmino even in double figures?
Firmino's got 8 goals this season. Thomas Tuchel has more than that.
We could double his tally.
El Ghazi scored more goals than him, and you want me to big him up?
El Ghazi.
Get out of here.
And what?
What did you say, Rajon? You could double his tally and what?
And it still won't be enough. Bro, Lukaku was getting flogged for getting 17, wasn't it?
Yeah, 16
in the league.
And it's hated him. Peter, thoughts on David Luiz leaving at the end of the season? I'm sure it's
good riddance. Finally, at last.
Pete, now the lockdown thing is over, lift off. We should go for a meal at his restaurant, surely.
Yeah, we should have a butcher's.
Why not?
We should have a butcher's.
Good steak.
I'll critique the steak as much as I critique him and Willian's performances. Don't forget, it's David Luiz and Willian's restaurant. It's their restaurant. Yeah. So I'll be ready to critique. He better be there.
Willian owns the restaurant.
Willian and David Luiz own a restaurant in Mayfair.
I'm not going, bro.
In Mayfair. Listen, we need to take a trip.
Don't put another penny in his pocket, David, as an Arsenal fan.
No, you know
After
what
he's stolen a year's worth of wages from you, you're going to put more money in his account.
2 years.
Oh, come on.
Mate, David Luiz got a renewed contract in lockdown last year. No. Get that step in.
Apparently, Willian's on his way out too. Speaking of Willian, MLS is coming.
Listen.
Take him.
And the thing is, let me not even praise, because you don't praise somebody for now finally rectifying their mistake. I don't agree with that. I agree with not making the mistake in the first place. But if you rectify it, you're not getting cookies from me. Yeah, you're not getting cookies from me. So
that's that. And that's why the Bobby Firmino thing. I was not ready to give him praise.
And it clearly shows that we were right, weren't we? Because why haven't we renewed his contract? Why haven't we renewed his contract then if he's so vital and he's so precious to us? Either or.
In fairness, I heard he said he's not staying anyway, regardless.
Hilarious.
He's had a terrible season. Well, Peter, what are we doing next?
Lastly, I think we'll touch on Ancelotti's comments after the Sheffield United defeat. I don't know if anybody saw his post-match. This guy let off the grenade. It's not now. Mafia Carlo is in town, bro. Don Mafia. Did anybody hear these comments, blood?
No.
I'm not gonna lie. No one gave a monkeys about Everton Sheffield United.
Listen, you didn't give a monkeys, but my man's press conference, but post-match, man said, I'm embarrassed, He said, I'm embarrassed. This is an embarrassing defeat, And he said, we need to sort out ourselves. What's it called? We need to take the responsibility of waking up at home. It's time to wake up. It's time for these players to wake up and realize what league they are in, right? I was sitting there thinking, yo, he's fed up, He said, I'm not happy at all. I'm upset. And he said something, basically it's embarrassing this season. I think they had like 7 home defeats or something like that, 7 or 8. And he just said, no, this is a joke. It's an absolute joke. So Don Carlo has spoken, bruv. And it's time for them, man, to wake up. Thoughts, David?
Fam, he pulled out the length still.
I said it's time for them to take responsibility, blood.
Spot on. Because I refuse, like, when Everton do bad, I refuse to believe it's Ancelotti's fault. Like, I just refuse. So, yeah,
Oscar, we were touching. I think we watched a bit of the game, and we were seeing that what's Hammers doing at Everton, though. There was there. You're just watching this player. You're like, but of course, he could, with Ancelotti there, it pulls weight. Them way there. It pulls some good weight. Everton could not win.
What's he doing in the first place?
Who?
Carlo.
Yeah, it's true, man. I don't know why Carlo went there. Whether because the bag is healthy or what. I don't know.
Probably a nice bag. GK said Prem fans overhyped this Everton team when they made all that signings. I was probably one of them. Decore I never liked though. I didn't get the noise because he was always linked with Arsenal. I never got the noise about him. The thing is though, if Everton make the Europa Conference, for example, is it a good season? No.
All in all. Considering they haven't been in Europe for I don't know how long now.
No, but they just added the competition. They should be making the Europa League. That's their aim.
Yeah. Realistically, they should. So what's your Europa League place? 8th, 7th?
Europa League is 5th and 6th. 7th is the conference.
So right now, Liverpool and Tottenham hold the Europa League spots, and West Ham are in the conference spot.
Yeah.
You know what? No, realistically, I think Everton, I'd sort of say 7th, 8th is a decent season for them.
I think 7th is a decent season. Yes. I do think 7th is a decent season. If they finish 6th, you'd say they've had a good season.
But they're not.
Benham and Leicester traditionally should be outside top 6 as well. Like,
here's the thing. I think Leicester are in the converswe They're in the top 6.
They're not 7th, they're 8th, and they're 3 points off 8th. They're closer to 9th. Like Arsenal, 1 point behind them. So
have you all played the same games?
Yep.
Is it? What's Everton's last 2 fixtures? Do we know?
Oh, do we care?
Man, you love writing all you snobs. Hey, let's just talk about our top 4 lads. Yeah, there are Everton fans right now watching this podcast.
They've got Wolves next,
and they're upset. The Wolves and then Man City on the last day.
Good luck for them.
Looks like no European football for them. What about West Ham, ladies and gentlemen? Will West Ham make Europe this season?
Yeah, man.
I hope so.
Yeah, one more win. And they've qualified for a European place.
I hope they lead from Tottenham. That's what I hope.
Yeah,
but they hey, so who gets Europe? Like 5, 6 get Europa, yeah?
Yeah, 7 gets conference.
And 8th get nothing.
8th, 9th, 10th, nothing.
Well, how about if United win the Europa?
It doesn't make a difference. It was about Arsenal winning it because they're outside the top 4. Because Man United are in the top 4, it don't matter.
Yeah. West Ham have bottled it differently still.
Whilst we're running through the fixtures, David said, "What are your views on Newcastle versus Man City?" Apologies, David. Right. He put up a comment earlier about Ferran Torres' goal, and I left it because we were talking about something else. But the goals in that game were sensational. Like Ferran Torres' hat trick, one of the best hat tricks ever. Quality.
You lot said in the group that Willock again with a goal. Thinking, yo, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Willock, bro.
He should get another loan season at Newcastle next season. They should keep him there for another year.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Yeah,
that's the best thing for him. That's the best thing.
Guardiola's developing another thing. If you see his interview and the way he's talking about Torres, bro, he's got another Foden on his hands, bro.
Oh man,
you think so?
Go away, Man City. Go away,
bro. It looks like it, bro. Yeah. Man's been in the kitchen, bruv.
Torres has been slightly underwhelming for me this season.
Are you joking?
Maybe it's because. What do you mean? Am I joking?
Listen,
Ferran Torres,
bro. You know when you prepare
out of Valencia, and you said he's been. Wait. He come out of Valencia, right? Was he 21, 22 years old, 20 years old, and you're underwhelmed? Look at his input this season.
What input has he had this season? Explain it to me.
He's done a fair bit. He's not done great all season, but you didn't expect that from him. Surely not. You're underwhelmed, so your expectation was clearly higher.
No, it's not. It wasn't high. I don't think he's done much.
Do you know who Ferran Torres is,
bro?
No, what I'm saying is yeah, go on, David.
This is the beauty of developing players. This is how you don't put them out like you play them a dibby here. You go back. This is what you need to do, bruv. Yeah, play man here. Then, and the season, the objective has been achieved. Man's won the Premier League. Here you go. You're starting, bruv. Let's see, bruv, if you've learned. And it's a test, bruv. Have you learned what I've taught you, bruv? Is it in here, bruv?
You know what I'm saying? Facts. I mean, this is a kid who joined Valencia's first team. Should have been nowhere near it. Because obviously his age, how young he was, and everything else. When they had Parejo and they had players like what's his name, Soler, and all these kind of players. Like they had some decent players, Valencia, and he was breaking into that team. And obviously, Man City. How much did Man City pay for him? What, 20? Something not cheap, obviously, but like it wasn't so bad. But he was playing for Valencia from like 2017 or 16, 17 season was when he first popped up. I'm thinking this is a kid. He's a boy.
Oh, there you go, bruv. Another one.
I expected something different. 13 goals and 3 assists. What? That's got to be all comps because he's only scored 7 in the league.
But even if it is Oscar, that's still tremendous.
Okay, well, let me put it into perspective. He scored 7 in the league. 3 of them came the other day. So before that, he'd scored 4.
How many minutes has he played?
He doesn't play that much. But I'm just saying, when I watch him play, it was more so to do with when I watch him. When I watch him play for City, I really like the kid. But
I'm surprised you were underwhelmed by him, especially when he had a good start, didn't he?
Because when he first burst, like when I first saw him play for City, I was like, right, there's bare talent here. Then it just didn't really materialize. So I was like, I think you and I, Pete, watched one of the early games, and I was like, this kid is cold. But then I just never saw it come out. It's a bit. He reminded me a bit of Podence at Wolves. Like Podence has got so much quality, but then he doesn't always show it. Like he doesn't always bring it out, and it's weird.
Man City went through that stage in the season, near the beginning, where it was a bit muddy. They were like 11th after 5 games. They were like 11th in the league, and then Pep had to switch it up a little bit, and maybe Ferran had to be dropped out a little bit. But Ferran was never going to be playing 30 games. The guy's 21. You know what I'm saying? I think when they bought him, he was 20. He must have turned 21 recently. So like, this is a kid where it's a bit like Fabio Silva, like these kind of players. They've got like Podence. You even mentioned. I wonder how old Podence is. I would love to know. But
yeah. So it's not like I'm dissing Ferran Torres. I don't think he's good. I think he's good.
I'm surprised you're underwhelmed. I'm just surprised you're underwhelmed.
I think he's better than what he showed us in the league. You know what I mean? If Lola's saying he's got 13 goals, then he must have bagged a ton in the Champions League. And to be honest, I don't watch them Champions League group stage games of Man City.
He did get a few, to be fair. He did get a few in those.
Porto and whoever it is, I never watched Man City in the Champions League, so maybe I missed those. But in the league, I don't know. I just thought I'd see more for a team that's top of the league. Yes, Lola said I didn't see any hype for him, so I've been impressed. Fair enough.
This guy was getting mad. This guy was making his debut at like 17 in La Liga. I thought, this guy's was bad.
Shall we move on to the awards?
Yes, let's do so, man. Let's talk about the team of the week.
Team of the week.
We know who's not the team of the week. We know who's not.
Oh, well, that's not really a thing.
I just want to bring that in there.
Not really a thing. We don't do that. Let's talk about Leicester City winning in the FA Cup.
Yes,
the first time in their history.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Iconic, brilliant,
their first ever FA Cup.
Yes. To be honestly, I'm gonna be brutally honest. If you asked me at the beginning of the season if there was one team you'd be comfortable with losing an FA Cup final to, it probably would be Leicester.
I don't know how you stomach it. A team that's not better than you.
Yeah,
that's hard to stomach. That's hard to stomach.
The teams that are better than us, I have rivalry with.
Yeah, true. That's true.
I don't want any.
So which one hurt more, Oscar? The Arsenal last season or the Foxes this season?
Arsenal last season.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Arsenal last season.
See, for me, it'd definitely be the Leicester one, without a shadow of a doubt.
Well, no, because we're in the Champions League final. Arsenal last season was the end of our season. We lost the game and we went home.
Yeah, but I care about trophies. The Champions League is going to be it's 50-50, isn't it?
It's a trophy.
It's not, if you win it.
I'm just talking about
the FA Cup finals. The two finals, you know what I mean? Like, which one hurts more? I'm surprised the Arsenal one hurts more.
Hey, Boslack, I don't really know why.
Why is that? Okay, how do I hate that?
In fairness, like his rationale was logical.
What? Because they're worse than Chelsea.
Yeah, he's basically saying he doesn't want to lose to a worse team. He'd rather be beaten by a better team.
We lost to our rivals. We lost an FA Cup final to our London rivals. And let's know, Arsenal.
I heard that. It's a difference of opinion. I agree with you, but I hear his point.
If I lost to Man City, if I lost to Chelsea, if I lost to Man United, if I lost to whoever, like at the end of the day, they can beat me home and away in a league season. Leicester City is not a team I should be getting beat by. When you're Chelsea, I'm talking about.
Leicester City are above us in the league currently. We finished fourth last season and lost to an Arsenal side that finished eighth.
But Oscar, you know full well you're better than Chelsea. You're better than Leicester. You know full well.
They know full well they're better than Arsenal.
Yeah, of course you are. No, of course you are. Of course you are.
That's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is double whammy. But when Aubameyang done what he done, it's like, okay, he is that quality. Yeah, it wasn't a surprise or a shock. But when you're telling me Yuri Tillemans is having a pomp at Wembley, just hitting him from wherever, I don't know.
Notice says Leicester have done more than Spurs in the Premier League era. A swap out Spurs for them in the Big Six. I agree. How can Spurs be in the Big Six with no Prem and only a League Cup since 2008? Well, not since they won a League Cup before, didn't they?
Yeah, what year? 08.
That is the 08 though.
No, Sol Campbell.
You doing something else? Oh,
when did Sol Campbell,
bro, with Spurs?
Google. I don't think he did.
Yo, Peter, what? Your memory's that bad?
When did it? What year? What year?
Nah, I feel like 2000 or something.
Leicester won it in 2000.
Was it okay? What Spurs won a League Cup, bro, in like 2000, bro.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I'm not making this up.
Super Tottenham from the line.
I would ask the audience to Google it, but them man don't know. I don't think they care.
No one even cares. Oh, I'm looking at their honors.
I'm pretty sure Sol won the league. League Cup.
I am. Oscar. Their last League Cup. Okay, 99. They won it.
There we go.
They won it in 99.
That's Premier League era, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know ball, guys. I know ball. Don't doubt me. I know ball. GK said let's have some quality players.
Sol Campbell was captain still.
Yeah, see, Sol Campbell won it. That's what I'm saying.
Was he captain?
Yeah.
How old was he? How old was the bloke?
That's quite right. 99. That's probably the first League Cup I ever watched. Shout out to David. He's just big.
Was that the first League Cup you watched?
Probably. I don't remember watching the League Cup.
I think mine's got to be the one when Leicester won it in 2000 because they beat us in the semi.
No. If I watched 99, then you probably would have watched it with me.
I mean, I don't even know who they played. Who did they play in the final?
You just don't remember. It happened, Peter. You just don't remember.
Okay, I'm gonna say I watched a tournament I don't remember watching.
It definitely happened.
I can only go based on what I know, isn't it?
Who's goal of the week?
Tillemans, bruv.
It's the only goal I saw, to be fair. So I'll go you. Actually, Alisson.
Yeah, because
Actually,
No. But guys, Ferran Torres' goal was better than both of those.
I didn't see it.
Tillemans was a screamer, blood.
Cup final, Oscar. Biggest stage of them all.
I can't imagine context into it though.
My answer is Tillemans. 100% is Tillemans. Ooh. But Ferran Torres, even David's back here saying yes, Torres. Ferran Torres' goal was outrageous.
It was very disrespectful, bruv.
It was the best goal, but for me, magnitude of the thing, it's got to be Yuri Tillemans. I mean, before the game, they were showing clips of all the old FA Cup finals and showing screamers from 93, 94. And I'm like, bro, this is one of those screamers that they're going to replay in 20 years' time. So,
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny about the FA Cup finals, though? Are there any memorable goals you lot can remember since, say, Gerrard's one in 06? What else is a memorable FA Cup goal? Because I'm struggling.
Jesse Lingard?
Cazorla free kick.
I mean, maybe so.
I mean, I didn't remember that till you said it. I always think of Ramsey when it comes to Arsenal.
The Ramsey's winner. Yeah.
No one scored a banger.
It's been bland.
Sanchez did against Villa. I mean, that goal was frightening. But again, you don't remember it.
Yeah, it's not memorable.
But it was a nasty goal.
Yeah, that's the one I remembered.
Is that against Chelsea?
No.
No, that was Palace, no?
Palace, yeah. That was
Pardew's dance is more famous than
the boogie. The Pard's boogie.
Pardiola's dance is more.
Wait, was that 2016? That would have been.
It must have been something like that. Yeah.
Abdi's saying about Aubameyang last season. Allow it, bro. It was
a great goal. It was a great finish. Don't get me wrong. I'm here to the hills, but like when you think of FA Cup final goals, you don't go there straight.
Lola wants to kill me.
We love you,
right now. What do you mean?
What about? It's only Ray Parlour.
That's
why it's only Ray Parlour.
How about Drogba? Oh, which one?
The drugs. You see when the drugs turned up, yeah? Long afternoon. I won't believe.
King Drug.
But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. When I think of an FA Cup goal, like off the back, Gerrard's one against West Ham, defied science, bro.
I mean, that's in the league of its own, isn't it?
I sat there like, come on. See, I don't remember Sidwell's goal at all. I couldn't tell you how he went in. And wasn't it Watson? Wasn't it like Ben Watson?
Ben Watson.
You don't remember. But like,
that's racismo. You can't do that.
It's just racismo. What's it called? Flipping that Gerrard one was a freak of nature.
Last minute as well.
He has no right.
Bottom of the 9.
I said, how did West Ham lose that final? Honestly,
bottom of the 9. Man like Dean Ashton and that. Oh my god.
Marlon Harewood. Remember when he pulled his? I think he pulled a cramp or a hamstring or something like that, and he had a shot yards from goal and he missed it. Yards from goal and he missed it.
I'm sure if you got him in a pod, he will tell you he thinks about it every day.
Yeah, probably.
Obviously, I can't forget Overmars and Elka going through against Shea Given at Newcastle. You know, I can't forget that beaming sunny day at Wembley, at the old Wembley. But yeah, cool.
Player of the week.
Player of the week.
Have you done the goal of the week?
So who are we giving it to?
I thought we agreed it was Yuri.
I'm going Yuri, but I didn't see Torres. But then I wouldn't change my mind because of the magnitude of the goal. But do go back and watch. I'll give it a Butchers.
Hat trick, brilliant hat trick. But Yuri Tillemans is goal of the week, right, David?
Yep.
Oh,
who is not that guy this week, David?
Oh, I thought we didn't play of the week.
Brother.
Oh, sorry. I thought. Oh, my bad.
You're tired.
Player of the week.
I think it's fair.
Torres.
Torres got a hat trick. I think that's fair.
Okay.
And his hat trick was important because Man City were making hard work of Newcastle United.
Alisson scored a header, scored a goal. Man, when are we ever going to give Alisson? We have to give Alisson something. It's clutch as well. It was clutch.
I was going to give him goal of the week, to be fair, but
I put his name in the goal of the week. But player of the, I mean,
both of you didn't vote for him. So what are you talking about?
I didn't vote.
I did.
The vote was over.
Alisson.
No, both of you said Tillemans.
I said Alisson first.
I just asked you who is your vote, and you both said Tillemans.
Me?
If you both said Alisson, then me and David would have been a head to head.
Alisson's player of the week then.
Oh, did you say Alisson?
I didn't say nothing.
Okay, I thought I asked you. My bad.
Clear the way to go Dele Alli for bagging top. Whoa. Whoa.
Hold on.
With the faux locks.
Hold on. We'll get on to that.
Oh, Dele Alli. Schmeichel,
You know what?
Yeah.
World class.
That save was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Wait, the Mason Mount one. The volley.
I can't remember. I don't know who shot. I don't know who shot it, but there was one that he has no right to save it.
Yeah.
One that he has no right
Casper,
to save.
He's a good beefy keeper. Like he's expressing himself well.
I've got my thoughts about Casper, but we'll save it for another day. Player of the week. I'm going Alisson. Let's get voting.
I'm going Ferran Torres. Scored a hat trick.
I'll give it to Alisson still.
Yeah, for the freak nature of it, for the magnitude, for the season he's had, and through my Liverpool tinted glasses, I got Alisson as well.
Exactly, the clutchness to score ahead of
clutch.
Torres will get another hat trick. Don't worry, we'll bring him back later.
Picked the ball out of his own net twice. That West Brom relegated West Brom.
Once actually.
Once. He kicked it out twice.
One of he doesn't touch things out offsides.
Out of his net twice.
If it's offside, he doesn't touch it.
But we're talking about defining moments, match-winning moments.
Hey,
moments. Just mad, yeah. It's just mad.
If we're talking about moments, let's give Ziyech Player of the Week every week. But moments don't win you games. Oh, actually, no. Let me show
Oscar. On this occasion, the clutchest of clutch, he did it.
That was a top quality header as well, by the way.
It was a top quality header. The thing is, that's the Brazilian in him. That's the only English name I can accept as a Brazilian. It's Alisson, because he's doing the dirt. He's doing the biz. The thing is, it's funny that Torres hasn't got either award.
Yeah, he needs something to be fair.
He's got nothing.
You lot are scumbags, that's why. My vote is Ferran Torres. You don't vote for who you want.
Bro, I'm in euphoria right now.
I'm going Alisson, bruv, because it's unbelievable.
David?
Yeah.
You said Alisson, fam.
I said Alisson, bro.
Alisson Player of the Week.
He's not that guy, fam. Hold like the man them. He's not that guy.
Well, Footy Agenda's almost ruined mine, but this is an honourable mention.
Okay.
This guy, unbelievable, yeah. He's been shocking the whole season. Just a quick, simple one. And now, how can I put this? He was having a terrible time off the pitch, on the pitch. His girlfriend dumped him because she got tired of his behavior, including spending hours playing the online game Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah, he loves it.
And then this guy had the absolute nerve, bruv, to now be seen kissing Guardiola's daughter.
Hey, this is a shoot, yeah?
Whoa! This is real, bruv.
I can't believe this is real. Oh my god.
This is real, bruv. So honorable mention for Bamadele Jermaine Dele Alli. You're not good, bro.
His full name kills me every time.
Get your ish together, bruv.
Yeah, sort it out, Dele.
Get your ish together, man.
You know,
Bear snogging Guardiola's daughter and that, bruv. Are you done, bruv?
That is a hype team.
You know what's so frustrating with Dele, man, is because I always used to say to Peter, man, this guy has the opportunity to have himself a legendary career as like an English player, like a really legendary.
I ain't finished. You can talk afterwards, but that's the only Dele Alli, sort yourself out.
That was honourable mensch.
Go for it, bro.
Bad waste, man, bro.
Dear.
Anyway, for this week, bro, yeah. This gentleman was born the 10th of April, 1992, bro. And where was he born, yeah? Actually, no, it will be too bait. I need to not making things bait, bro. He's regarded as one of the best players in the world, yeah? Finished 4th for the 2019 Ballon d'Or.
Bro.
And in the award for Best Female Men's Player, he finished 5th in 2019 and 4th in 2020. He started his career in Metz, where he scored 22 appearances, 2 goals. Red Bull, and then he joined Red Bull Salzburg
How do we get here?
31 goals.
I thought we were talking about Neymar.
Then he joined Southampton, 21
There he is.
goals, 67 appearances. And then he went and joined Liverpool, where he has scored 72 goals in 159 appearances.
Wow.
And this season, he ain't been that great, bruv. His brother, his fellow African, has been just spraying goals, bruv. 22, bruv, yeah? But my man has had a measly, not even double digits, bruv.
Oh.
9 in 32, blood.
Oh.
You know what?
So the manager decides he's been shocking, blood. So he drops him.
Yes,
and then
baby.
obviously, final result, 4-2 against Man United. And Klopp, it's a tradition of his. He goes around shaking players' hands, opposition and his team after the match. This gentleman decides to have, when goes are rolling, Sky Sports, like, the big thing, Gary Neville, Roy Keane. What's the other guy's name? Is it David Jones? Whatever his name is? Yeah,
David Jones.
In studio, bruv. Man decides to snap the handshake, and I don't know why he said just start flapping gums, bruv. You do not disrespect the guy that's bought the Premier League title and the Champions League trophy, bruv. So this week, Sadio Mane, you're not that guy, bruv. Sort it out, bruv.
Do you know how pissed off I was when I saw that? Do you know how pissed off it made me when I saw that my man snubbing handshake for being substituted? Oh, sorry, because he got subbed early, didn't he?
No, he started on the bench, bruv.
He started on the bench. Sorry. He started on the bench. But at the end of the day, the game's done. You've won 4-2 and you're not giving man the pound? You're not giving me the fist pump? Man, get the step in. Get the heck out of my football club.
Did you hear Klopp's response to it today, though? It was very, very good.
What do you say?
So they were like, oh, yeah, well, how do you feel about, Mane showing you a little bit of disrespect? And he was like, if somebody shows you respect 200 times, do I make a big deal out of the time they did it once? And he was like, and then the journalist goes back to him and goes, well, if I showed my boss that kind of disrespect, then I wouldn't be very good for me. And then he goes, well, sorry for you then.
Munting.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. He said, sorry for you. He was basically saying, like, look, I know Mane's character. I know who Mane is. He's frustrated. It happened. It happens.
And that's the one thing about Jurgen Klopp as well.
Go for it, Adrian.
I guess because he said some bizarre things in press conferences, even this season, that's really pissed me off, really irks me. But the one thing he's never done, I don't think he will do, is throw his players under the bus. Like, he will always protect his players.
He does. He definitely does. I mean, it's bizarre because you don't start the game. You've come off the bench. Your team's won 4-2, and you're snubbing a fist pump. We're not talking about he's not. How he feels is totally up to him. I have no one can tell someone how they feel. But the game's finished. You've won 4-2 at Old Trafford.
I heard some context. I heard apparently he was starting until 15 minutes before the teams were released, and then Klopp changed at the last minute and put Jurgen. That's why I was pissed off.
I mean, you've won 4-2 at Old Trafford.
I know.
And, and I tell you what, give it to him in the training ground the next day, or not on the day. Surely not on the day. Go give it to him and say, look, boss, I was furious what you did to me on Sunday or Saturday, whatever Thursday, whatever it was. Have it out, no problem. Have it out with him. But
I hear that
to snub the spud, brother.
Yeah, I hear that,
brother. You know them ones. So what, when it don't go your way, we're gonna start acting like babies. Come on.
Because bear in mind, you've been awful the whole season.
Awful.
You play like Quincy Owusu Abayi.
Trust me.
The three players I picked ahead of you all scored. We've won 4-2. I dropped you before the game. We're now 90 minutes after, and you're still pissed off. Yeah, you're right.
I even brought you on.
Right, taxi game out.
You should make him walk home.
No. He still travels home in comfort. We need that. No, it's hunger, bro. It's hunger. Don't get me wrong. He executed it wrong, but it's hunger. Man United's biggest game. Man United biggest game of the season. Why am I not playing? I've been crap all season. I want to prove myself. That's the thing about Sadio Mane. He's got this thing about him where he always wants to rectify a mistake. Sometimes it works out bad. Obviously, when he scored that goal against Chelsea, why? He sloppy pass. He presses, wins the ball back. He scores. So that's just his nature, isn't it?
Do you know who should have got not that guy this week? Like in addition, Manchester United fans. Yeah, these guys ran on the pitch. Yeah,
you
barricaded through their stadium just so that they could postpone a game, so that the next week their team would play the same game and they would get spanked twice at home by Leicester and Liverpool because you lot ran on the pitch. What
Oscar,
idiots!
Let me add a little bit of spice to that comment. The decoy Liverpool coach.
That's what made me think of it. When you lot were saying he's got a comfy coach ride home, I was like, oh yeah, the Liverpool coach.
Trojan horse.
Them man sent a coach out there. You got man parking in front of it.
United fans, yeah, you man are tapped, man.
Morons.
You lot are tapped. No, I'm sorry, man.
Morons.
Jeez.
You know that they could have had Liverpool.
They're Buckinghamshire as well, bro.
I think so.
He's
a Liverpool pulled up in a mega bus.
United fans are tapped
on the Greyhound.
On the Greyhound.
On the National Express. I can't deal with this.
035 to Bournemouth.
And the thing is, yeah, literally, they could have literally got. Man United would have won that game had they played it that Sunday, because Liverpool were not in the best of places, right? And Man United were on their form, but then Man United had to have played 3 games in 6 days. Like it's something stupid like that.
They've lost 3 in a row, haven't they? Oh no. Well, did they beat 2 in a row actually?
Well, they lost at Roma. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if there was a game in between that, but they lost at Roma. Really? They lost Leicester and then lost Liverpool.
Yeah.
Hilarious, bro. And they're at home again tomorrow. Oh dear. I bet they just want the season to end. They want the season to end, surely.
Definitely second place. Yeah, definitely.
No, but just like for the workers that are having to deal with this stupidity now. Another coach, but a decoy coach. Do you know how funny a decoy coach is, blood?
Well, hey,
that's mad. Bro, I wonder how the driver felt, bro. Flipping, mate.
Yeah, now my tire's gone.
Right.
I would have just slapped in an aux leads. I'm still getting it.
He's had to pretend that he's got people, he's got passengers at the back. What's he saying? You're right there, Sonny.
Hey, this is mad. I can't believe this.
Hey, Mo. Can you put your head down, mates?
Being a coach driver for a football team must be sick, you know.
Hey, fam, the mileage, up and down the country, fam, over land and sea, fam. I don't know, man. That is
cool.
That is a great shout. Was it Oscar who said that?
No, Liverpool. Liverpool, yeah, I have to rate you, man. You, man, embarrassed United fans.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, that is bruv. Nah.
Whoever's head of security or head of event safety, they patterned that up. They patterned that up,
What are you not doing, bro?
Man just sent them the red thing. Here, have it.
and guys, guess what, guys? Guess what? Glaze is still not going to sell.
Oh, man, that is funny, man.
After all is said and done, man like Glazer will be spending money for Sancho in the thing.
Robin said, nah, guys, why is the Liverpool bus in end? Like in the Salford and United fans
even think twice, bruv. Like, hold on, bruv. Hold on. This is not the normal route, bruv, to the stadium, bruv. Man, just said, man, parked car, everything, but man bought the Volkswagen. Hey, you ain't going nowhere, bruv.
God, that is so funny, blood. That is so funny. I think that is brilliant. Oscar, this time tomorrow we're going to be disappointed as our Champions League hopes are over. Oh dear, he's not in a. There's no faith, is there?
Allow it, class. Allow it, man. Allow it. We have to beat Leicester, innit? We have to do it. We have to do it. Still,
guys, talk to me. This is frigging funny, blood. I'm sorry. This is frigging funny, fam.
Bro, it's mad.
What are the man doing? What are you, man, doing? Like, legit, blood. And you know, it's like the registrations weren't even blocked out, blood. Them man had full force, blood.
Was DVLA?
Frigging bellends, blood. What are they doing? What's he doing? That coach driver, he just sat there thinking, hey, mate, you'll believe this, man?
Bruv, and you was at your Volkswagen as well, bruv. Flipping.
Rafa Endo says Liverpool having their worst season in years, missing out our 3 best centre backs. United having their best season post Fergie, yet only 7 points ahead of us.
7 points is a lot, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, 7 points is a big
Bro,
deal.
Man United spent $1 billion, has spent $1 billion net since Fergie's left. And what do they have to show for it? $1 billion.
I mean, but if that 7 points is the difference between Champions League and Europa, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. This isn't Liverpool's worst. You're forgetting 7.
Can't lie, fam. When
the dark days.
When they couldn't wear Carlsberg away from home. Oh,
We're flipping Milan Jovanovic on the wing.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Dark days.
Oh, who brought them out of those dark days?
Who? I wonder.
Roy Hodgson, Kenny Dalglish. Moving on.
we never finished in the top 4 under Kenny, by the way.
Did you not?
No.
To be, it was only there 1 full season anyway.
Yeah, he only did 1 full season.
Two cup finals, one of them. So yeah, it was right. Bought us Henderson. Yeah, can't complain.
Hey, Villa lost. What's it? I'll leave it. I was gonna say Villa beat Liverpool. When they beat Liverpool in the FA Cup. We shouldn't be playing Villa in the final. What are we doing?
What's that Endo said? I meant in recent years since Klopp came. You won a Champions League and a flipping league title. How can you start the calendar then? I started 2013 for United, but he's starting it there.
Yeah, for us.
No, in fairness, when Klopp came and we went to the Europa League final, finished like 8th, no?
Probably, yeah.
I didn't even watch the league table that season. I saw Southampton, Everton. I saw random.
Who did you lose to in the Europa League that year?
Sevilla, when Moreno had a Sevilla top on underneath. Awful performance.
Nice. Alrighty, man. We could do some predictions, bro. Leicester against Chelsea. Chelsea against Leicester. Very quickly.
Leicester, do it again for me, please, bro.
Do it again. They tried to stop me, but I'll do it again.
I need Chelsea to win. If Chelsea win, I'll be so mad that we didn't win the FA Cup final. Because why can't we do that? But yeah, Chelsea.
Because we'll play your best keeper for starters.
Yeah, that's the only game worthy of note, I think, on Tuesday. Wednesday, there's not really much to the billing. I mean, Everton are playing as well as Spurs, as well as Liverpool and West Ham. So that top 4 thing could still get...
Yeah, top 4 is the only important thing. And I guess Liverpool-Burnley is the game.
Yeah, I guess so.
Come on, Sean Dyche. Come on, favour.
Yeah, so Leicester. And then obviously final game. So, next weekend, the season is done. So by the time we come back on the podcast, it will be done. And Leicester Spurs at home could be tasty. Chelsea away at Villa. You know what I mean? West Ham at home to Southampton. It could be something to talk about. Someone on top 4 is going to be in tears of Europa next week. I lied. But you know what though? Yeah.
Be in Europa next year.
Yeah, none of you lot could be in Europa. That's how funny it is.
Chelsea beat Leicester, Liverpool do their thing, then Chelsea and Liverpool go into the Champions League.
God, how funny would that be?
Manchester United and Arsenal, hopefully, you guys are out of Europe entirely.
Do you know what, David?
Yeah.
I'm a sucker in it, yeah? But a part of me wants to get this conference,
You're mad.
You're a lunatic.
You're mad.
You're a mentalist.
I am a mentalist for sure. But the thing is, I need a trophy to win, fam. Like that is my injection. You know them ones. Like if I'm lifting, even if it is a chandelier at the end of the season, if we lift it in Ukraine or in Albania, fam.
You fancy a night out?
If Arsenal win,
even though it's in Grimsby, but still.
I'll be in Moldova.
If Arsenal win the Conference League, the only thing that is good for is UEFA. It's horrible for Arsenal. It's horrible. You'd rather win nothing than win the Conference League.
That's not true. That's not
You're
me.
not going to get bantered forever.
That's not me. That's not me, though. If I'm in a competition and I win it, I can't get bantered for winning it. I'm in there.
I hear that.
I'm in there.
No. You know why? Because your prize is entry into the Europa League.
But we might finish in the top 4. Yeah, the prize of the
your prize is entry to Europa League.
The prize of the Conference League
guys, nah, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry.
What a farce. What a disgrace.
Hey, you see Balogun?
That's a pyramid scheme.
You see Balogun and
That's a pyramid scheme.
Balogun and Eddie Nketiah, fam. They're gonna get 15 out of 15 games in that tournament, blood. They gotta get all the minutes in there.
God.
All the minutes. A European trophy is a European trophy, be it Champions League or Conference. Talk to them, footy. Talk to them, footy.
I don't know about that. No, in fact, I do know about that. That's incorrect.
Listen, when you win the Intertoto Cup and you win the Cup Winners' Cup, man, I'm not taking it. You're taking it.
Intertoto Cup. That's before the season even starts. Man, do you know how teams get into the Intertoto Cup? Fair play. So if you get the least yellow cards in the season, you get into what? Listen, don't give me that crap. Pre-season tournament.
Blood. When you get into a tournament for having the least amount of yellow cards, my God. I said Peter really wants Eastern Europe trip. Fam, we go down to Moldova, you know what I'm saying? Take over the town square. You know what I'm saying?
Man's sweating on the Piccadilly line.
Guys, did you just deep what thing said, bro? Your prize for winning the conference is to go into your nah.
That's what it is. That's what.
Yo, we'll be playing at midnight or Saturday, blood. Nah, Joyce, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, David, are you telling me next season if we could go European away, you're not on it? You don't want to go?
Stop.
I'm not Europa Conference, bruv.
Yeah, you have a night of your life, mate. You have a night of your life. We'll go down San Marino.
I'd go for the night out. I'd go for the experience.
For the absolute night out.
The football would be like the full thing I go for.
It'll be dire. It will be absolutely dire as well.
Yeah, but yeah.
You know, next season, if Arteta's still here, he gets to focus on the league and players to suss everything out. Yeah, GK, man.
That is killing me. But you're going to carry on.
Is GK, is he a gooner?
I'm assuming so by the comments, yeah.
Because I want to know where do you stand on Arteta and everything else? Like, are you giving him another season? Are you not? It's so sad. Like, I'm forced to just sit here and watch it.
No one's Arteta in at this point.
I think some are.
Kroenke's not selling him as well, bruv.
Yeah, I think some are Arteta in. Some because I spoke to somebody.
Yes, he's Arteta in.
Okay, there you go.
He's not. He said I'm on the fence.
Okay. What's it? Yes to being a gooner, Peter. Where your ambition went before you were bashing off just not being elite. Where's that mentality gone? No, what I'm saying is obviously, look, I'm not happy about where we are. Please understand. But what is more ambitious, to get in a European competition, even if it's third tier, or to not be in a European competition? You know the ones. Like, should I be like Palace and them man there and Everton, or can I be like?
Hey, this Europa Conference thing is just a money making thing, bruv. It's such a dead trophy, blood. It is. It is. But the thing is, you know what it's like with football, yeah. Like, you know what it's like when we're watching Champions League games midweek and we're missing out, fam. Like, I'm watching people play football in the Champions League, and I'm sitting here like, come on. And then at least I got Thursday to look forward to.
Have the rest. Your players are resting at home. You don't need to be traveling to Azerbaijan. Allow it, bro. Allow it. But anyway, I'm not reading out Footy Agenda's comments. Sorry, it's just.
What's he done?
Look at his comment, bro.
I got exit the screen. You get to travel and partake in the local.
That's what Sophia's finest.
Sophia.
Adult grade babes. Yo.
I am dead. Right, let's go take
That's like 12 euros.
I like it. Now, do you know what? Yeah, I can't lie. There are certain men that go to certain away games, and I question everything about it. I said, "Nah, hang on, what are you doing there?
What are you doing there, mate? Come on, man."
I know some dons here. I know some dons that hired a minivan to go to Volskla Poltava in the European. I said, "That's in Ukraine, fam." They drove to Ukraine, blood. I said, "Nah, that was not for the Arsenal. You're a liar."
For a game. A 90-minute game.
Albania. Oh, listen, I'll be there, fam, with my red and white Arsenal blood. You know what I'm saying?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. The thing I wanted to read. The thing I wanted to read was gave me a good laugh. So obviously we were laughing at Harry Kane. Obviously he saw Jamie Vardy win the FA Cup and then decided to hand in a transfer request.
Got triggered, man.
Also the same season in which Christian Eriksen is going to win a league title and Trippier might bag a league title as well.
And guys, just for context, that will be the 89th. Oh no, so they're already in the list. Don't worry. So basically, 87 players. You got.
Kyle Walker has already got a league title, multiple, and now he could even get a Champions League. Kyle Walker, who was with Harry Kane at Tottenham Hotspur. Man,
mate.
Life is hard, fam.
Right.
Hey,
Life is challenging, blood. That is hilarious. Man.
Hey, footy agenda's finished me, bro.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh dear. Okay, that will wrap up this week's Top 4 podcast, man. Hey, it's gonna be next week's gonna be the last one of the season. But we will still be doing some content because we were talking about Euros as well. We're going to get our awards out. So should we do it next week or should we do it the week after the award show? Because I'm guessing that the conversation will just be about top 4 and it'll be next done week. Quite quickly.
I think we should do it next week.
Because also we got the Europa League final and the Champions League final are the following weekends, aren't they? Or like the
following week, bro.
Okay. So we can do. So should we do awards after the Champions League finals, or should we do it?
No. Do awards like next weekend. The Premier League will be finalised. We'll have a Monday pod. We'll go through signing of the season, player of the season, all that stuff. We'll do all that. And
then the following week we'll do the Europa League final as well as the
Champions League final. Yeah.
Should we do? I mean, I guess Oscar, you're going to be away because you're going to be, on the lash for the final.
Yeah.
What?
I'm wondering. What, you think Oscar will be at home?
No. Yeah, man's going to be box fight. Man's going to be anywhere but his house.
Oscar will be 3 pints in at come 2 o'clock. He doesn't even know what the team is. He doesn't know what the team is. Yeah, he's going to be knee deep in Budweiser. Flipping with a couple of cans on the park bench.
Mate.
Yeah, I was thinking whether to do a live reaction after the final whistle, but I guess it's going to be a bit tense. So we'll just do the Monday, we'll do the Monday. And then
Robin, no.
With the geezers.
Yeah, bro.
The King's Road.
They'll be giving him racial slurs, and he will just take it. He'll just carry on.
What do you think this is? What do you think this is, Peter?
Your team supports the National Front, so it is.
I was just going to be standing on top of a bus stop with a stop off, waving around a Chelsea scarf.
Is John Terry going to turn up in full kit? I bet he will. Moron.
You realize everyone turns up in full kit now. Like that's
no. When you're not in the squad, listen. John Terry was suspended.
Hold on.
Man, his socks down.
And also, wait, let me finish. Wait. And the next year, guess what? You thought he would have learned from his mistake. The next year in the Europa League final, guess what he did? Turn up in full kit. When you beat Benfica in the Europa League final the following year, he wasn't in the side, and he turned up in full kit again.
When it comes to I even forgot what I was going to say now.
You said everyone turns up in full kit, right?
Liverpool lift the league last season. Jordan Henderson was injured. Man was in full kit. No one says anything. No one cares.
He's not a scumbag, is he? Really?
That's what I won't take.
Although Hendo did wear a Luis Suarez t-shirt, so it is borderline.
Right.
No, but he wrote a letter to the club captains.
Hendo said Peter chilling with a bunch of racists.
Me? Whitest black man I've ever seen. What, me? Me?
Wow.
Hilarious.
Wow.
What is a white black man? That is interesting. That is very interesting. Listen, what's that? You better be careful, man. People can come out and get ya. Okay, that sums up this week's Top 4 podcast. On that note, we should leave it on there. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe at Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter. We are available on Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud. And, of course, we are live every Monday at 8 p.m. Until then, people, peace.